kind day to you all. I'm Kinsmark.
I'm Violeta.
And I think I can speak for each of us when I say we missed you. Because for anyone that hasn't caught up on the vlog that just went live, I think this morning on the channel, a lot has happened since the last stream.
Yep, a lot.
Concise version. The move that we had planned on making since about January didn't go as planned, and so had to get canceled, sort of?
We removed.
Yeah,
we moved again.
We made the move, and then realized that because of concerns about the actual setup for recording, and call it a local pest problem. I hate scorpions. It just wasn't going to work out for us long term. So even though we had just fully moved all of our stuff, we had to make the call to come here again, resettle here, and because I couldn't actually conduct recordings there because the audio and the visual quality even were just awful. So it was a straight up downgrade in quality there. That was the one thing.
Our connection was better.
Oh, I know, our internet is amazing out there. That's the one thing that is straight up superior out there.
But unfortunately, everything else just didn't work out, and so we haven't fully moved back yet.
Yeah, as you can see, the contrast sheet isn't hung yet. For instance,
we still have some things we need to work out, like setting up the new camera, making sure the lighting is where we want it to be, putting the contrast sheet back up.
The audio, I know, is a little echoey in here because we haven't set up all of our shelves, so it's not absorbing all the sound quite yet the way it's supposed to.
But we will get there.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully by next stream,
we'll
have more finalized and finished.
Yeah, I made an appearance on Ghost Stream the other day. If he is here, thanks for having me on, mate. In which I told you guys that I couldn't promise that we'd stream this evening, that we would have everything set up for the usual Friday stream, and I aim to hold to that.
And we will be doing that, so you can look forward to seeing us at hopefully our
at the usual time.
Our new best.
Yes.
At that point.
At that point I should have the new camera set up, because this is the old one. Because this one I already know how to use, and I needed to just record a quick thing for that vlog anyway, so I was like, alright, I'll just plug in the old one. In the time of now to the Friday stream, I'm going to swap them out, optimize all the lighting and everything for the new camera. That way we have the shiny new setup that is ready to go for new content, and just assuming the stream schedule like I wanted us to do.
Yep. So that should be happening by the time Friday's stream rolls around. And we're back here pretty much permanently.
Yep.
So we've repainted the office.
Yeah, anyone that caught any of our old office tour vlogs may note that this is not the same color that this room once was, because this is the same room we were set up in originally. So
we have redone the office. The walls have been painted. We've reorganized the way it's set up, and hopefully it will work better for us.
I think it will.
Than our old setup will, or rather did.
I was frustrated at having to essentially just scrap this move project that we had the plans for since about January of this year.
Yeah.
And it hurt to realize that it was not going to work. I've actually, I think, gotten past the frustration of that a lot faster than I thought I would. Well, and I've really just kind of settled into, all right, well, the situation is what it is, so let's make the most of it. And that's really where I'm at now, and I'm happy about that.
Hopefully we will soon be getting our current problematic router here replaced, which should make our streaming and doing everything a bit easier, simply because I'm on my phone right now and the connection is terrible, but it's the only way for me to get chat, simply because my laptop will not talk to our current router.
Yeah, because our router right now it's a hunk of junk, honestly.
It really is.
It's not the laptop. It's the Wi-Fi that our router puts out, so we just need to swap that out and get one that actually functions.
So hopefully that will be happening soon, so things can just be as smooth as we really want them to be. Let's see, we have Sheil who says hiya and Ken look tired.
I am.
Yeah. Saved is here and says howdy howdy. I guess I'm not going to bed early.
No, sleep is for the weak.
No, it's not. Sleep is healthy, please.
If you need sleep.
Get full night's sleep, seriously.
My college mantra wasn't a healthy one.
No. No, it wasn't. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Well, while we catch up on chat, I'm going to jump into some Tea Hunt.
I like Tea Hunt.
I need to pick a difficulty. Okay, fine. Jeez.
No, you don't. You don't get to pick a difficulty.
Apparently.
I'm sorry. That's just, no, you're not allowed.
So, also, if any of the usual crew would like to join the squid, then feel free to let me know and then hop into Discord, and then I will do so as well.
Sheila says grandmother should be done with her treatments by the first week of July.
Awesome.
Unless she has to miss one for low counts. She had to have
Super
shots
cool.
for the past 2 days.
That's fun.
Saved says I can sleep in tomorrow. Marcus says, howdy, long time no stream.
Yeah, indeed.
Indeed. Hopefully we are back for good now on our usual schedule, our Wednesdays and Fridays.
In full transparency, I also I wanted to make sure that since we just got it, that we don't lose our affiliate status for going dark for a while. So part of me also was just like, man, we need to stream to maintain our status because we just earned it, and it's so cool that we have it. I don't want to freaking lose it.
Yeah. Well,
so
and I think since this is the first week or second week of June, I think we'll be okay.
Oh yeah, I think we're all right.
And honestly, I've missed you guys, so there might just be some random times where I just turn to Ken and go, "I want to stream. Let's stream."
No, like I've seriously missed streaming, like, and just recording in general.
It's really weird.
Like,
it's really weird to realize how much. Oh.
Hi. Well, like just the other day. Oh God, I hear a Splody guy. Where are you? When I was recording that vlog that is now live on the channel. Shit. Letting you guys know in more detail than we just did what all has transpired over the last couple of weeks. It felt so good
to get back
just
into the camera.
To sit here and, as strange as it sounds, to just talk to a camera again at my desk setup, because that's normal for me, you know? That's a return to the routine that is, to me, it's a comforting rhythm to get into again.
I don't like it when they charge at you like that.
Oh, I know.
That's really disturbing. I don't like it.
It's their whole shtick.
I don't
like and this is hostage. God, I was treating this like elimination. Shit. I should have picked Twitch. God, I love Jackal so much, I auto-pick him now.
Marcus says that's a bloody staircase.
I made a mess. God, I really should have picked Twitch.
Is this an orphanage?
No, this is like a, sort of end-of-the-world cult compound.
Oh,
It's inspired heavily from Waco.
Okay. Marcus has also missed your streams. We missed streaming.
Yeah. And cheers to Ghost and Scarlet in particular, because
who have been keeping up, so our
they
has something to watch.
They've done an awful lot of streaming lately. Ghost in particular.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
And so I set up the auto hosting for the Twitch channel, so that anytime they're streaming, then the Twitch channel will auto host their streams on the main page. I don't think that counts toward any of our minutes for affiliate-dom or anything.
Probably
it's just
not.
I wanted to consolidate things that way.
But it does at least let everybody know.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, it lets you guys know that the community is still active and they're still
Somebody's laying on that trigger.
Yeah, trigger discipline, matey. Confirm your target.
Of course, you didn't confirm your target, and what would you have done if the hostage had been there?
I already glanced in there. I knew the hostage wasn't in there.
Oh, okay.
I just knew there was one jackass in the other end of the room.
Hostage?
Wow. This is one of those, you just look around, it's like, I think the PCs have come through here.
Yeah, I think we've been here. What do you think?
It's more of a tabletop joke, even so. Hi! I've gotten so damn proficient, if I may stroke my own shoulder a little with Jackal.
That's really strange way to say it.
Well, whatever.
But yeah.
I love the handling of his guns.
Yeah. Sheila says, had to go back to the drawing board for the final mission for XCOM Enemy Within. Let's just say I failed it multiple times.
Are you restarting the campaign, or just like restarting from the very
the final
start of the mission so you can like change squad composition? Because squad composition is a very important part of that mission.
Yeah, that's key for that one. More than the others.
You especially need, I think, at least...
Why do they have, like... Why do we need an arrow to point to the basement? I'm pretty sure if we're on the first floor and the stairs go down, it's the basement.
I mean,
like,
these are...
I'm pretty sure.
These are survivalist culty types. No one said they were that smart, alright?
Okay, well, maybe they just felt like they needed to label everything.
Yeah,
like, everything needs a label.
To label something is to take ownership of it. To claim power over it. You gotta name everything.
Including the basement, because the basement is scary.
Is that the sort of half-baked attempt at mysticism these folks might try? I think it is. Oh, speaking of, one thing I should address, other than the cloying pain in my eyes, I have had a few people message me and ask me, okay, what do you think about the controversy and outrage about Far Cry 5? I don't care.
I just hope that whoever writes the villain actually...
Oh, hi. Yeah, I hope...
does something with it.
Yeah. For me, honestly, the largest concern is every Fallout game, and I don't mean this critically, honestly, like, I mean this as, like, a meta-writing standpoint. Every Far Cry game has, like, a core joke. They're semi-satirical in nature, all of them. I hope the joke of Far Cry 5 doesn't just come down to angry rednecks that are violent. Because if that's all the joke comes down to, people have done it. You know?
It's boring.
It's spent, it's done. If they do something more interesting with it, which it honestly does look like they're already starting to do so, then I think it could actually turn out really cool.
Yeah.
And
but they need to do something interesting with it to make it worthwhile.
And honestly, like, I make a point of not commenting on anything super political or especially religious when it comes to the channel. Even so, I recognize that religion is part of the controversy surrounding it. And I'll simply say from my perspective that a lot of the folks that are getting really, like, defensive about the fact that, for those that don't know, the antagonists of Far Cry 5 are, like, crazy fundamentalist Christian cultist survival types. And to me, at least, if you feel attacked at the portrayal of extremists as though it's an attack upon yourself, you probably have some soul-searching to do. Because if you're having a hard time separating someone that far removed from the average Christian American, you're probably one of those that also have a hard time separating ISIS from most Muslims, or the Westboro Baptists from the rest of the Christian world. Like, to say that these people are representative of the whole and an indictment of the whole, it's a stretch, I think.
Honestly, if an extremist takes the name of something like that, that doesn't mean they are.
Yeah, anyone can abuse the name of something.
That doesn't mean they are.
Yeah.
So, until you see what they're actually going to do with it, and if for some reason they go stupid and decide to paint this as though this is...
Yeah, like, if they try to say that, like, oh, they're all like this, okay, then sure, criticize the hell out of them.
But
I don't think that's what they're going for.
Like, until you get to that point and you can tell that that's what, that's the purpose, don't freak out about it, because extremists do not equate to the actual core of everything.
No, absolutely not.
It's not the same.
So, that's my couple of cents on the matter.
Marcus wants to know about your opinion on Far Cry 5 and its decision to take it to America specifically.
I don't really have an opinion much on that.
I don't know. I think that depends on what they do with it. Because I think part of what I liked about the other ones that we have played was that they were kind of contained.
Yeah.
Like, they felt purposefully contained, but not in a way that felt weird. Like, it felt like it made sense for the game world to be
honestly
in a confined space because of the places they were at.
Yeah.
Because one of them island. The other,
exactly.
Pretty much a highly, like,
It's an isolated area.
Isolated, like, so the idea of taking it to America, I think, can work, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
My only concern with that is the feel that it might feel artificially confined.
Yes, that.
Instead of it makes sense for it to be confined, simply because of the nature of the place.
Yeah. Because for me, I don't care about the fact that specifically it's America. I like the Far Cry 2 was set in Africa. Woo. Like, not all of the locations of the Far Cry series are purely fictional. Like, obviously, Far Cry 4 was heavily Tibet and Himalayas inspired, although it wasn't really, I think, a specific place. Like, it was in a fictional nation. They've set their previous entries in the series, some of them at least, in semi-real places already. So I don't care that it's America. I really don't. What to me concerns me, it's what she's getting at as well, that I'm worried it won't make sense. The level of gun-toting violence that's going on in this area, where the hell is the FBI? Where the hell is the National Guard?
Yeah,
why is no one coming to deal with this other than presumably the main character? That's the main question I've got.
And depending on how they answer it, there might be a good reason.
Yeah, they're very well made. We just don't know yet.
And depending on the way they do the world map, it might not feel confined the way I'm worried it will feel.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about a lot of places in the U.S. is...
They can feel kind of isolated.
They can feel isolated, but at the same time, to get, the amount of people and space to make this feel like it's worth fighting against, it kind of needs to be in a place that has something for us to be concerned about.
Yeah.
And by doing that, but being in a place that, has such easy connections to the rest of the country, I feel a little bit concerned that it might feel fake, that the map ends where it ends.
Yeah.
That it might not feel like it makes sense for you to not be able to go...
Like, if things get too crazy and fly too far off the rails, then there's always the question of, why can't I just get on the road and start driving?
Like, why haven't we left? Like, why didn't we leave? Why didn't we go somewhere else to ask for help if, like, comms are out in the area? Like, if that's why no one's coming is because no one knows something's gone wrong, why don't we just take a car and go?
Or steal someone's cell phone, like maybe they've got, like, tower jammers or something. I don't know. Like, there are a lot of...
Those are the questions that, depending on how they answer and depending on how they lay out the world map, they might not even be concerns.
Yeah.
But just with the premise that we've been told, I do have some concerns about whether or not they'll make it feel realistic.
So, for me, it's less to do with the fact that it's specifically set in America. It's just the fact that it's in... Like,
America is fairly well connected.
It's a dense, like, westernized, civilized country, so there are authority figures to respond to violence the likes of which Far Cry 5 is presenting.
And it's not the sort of thing where, like, you're physically isolated.
Yeah.
Because, there are so many interstates, there's so, like, it's not hard to get from one place to another.
Oh, no.
So... the feeling of isolation, I'm a little bit worried that it might feel contrived instead of natural.
Yeah.
Now, that might not be true depending on how they set it up. So, I'm really going to reserve judgment until it's actually out and we know how they're presenting the entire situation.
Mm-hmm.
But just given the premise, I am a little bit concerned that, for one, the joke of, the game itself and the way that they do the enemies might feel overdone, might be tired, might be uninspired.
Yeah.
And that because they're setting it in a place that's very well, even if it is isolated, it's still connected to the rest of the U.S.
Yeah.
Which might, so those are our concerns. It's not really that it's set here that's the problem. It's that it's set in a place like here where...
I am curious.
The connections are there, so how are they going to handle it?
I am curious to hear what native Montananites, whatever they're called, will think of the game.
So I have some catching up to do. Okay. Marcus says, I bet Bear Mom is going to have a field day with Montana.
Yeah, like her.
Marcus says, also, they're apparently going to let you create your own a la Fallout style.
Wait,
and
main
the
character?
character is apparently going to be a sheriff's deputy that was sent to arrest the cult leader with other officers.
Like, create your own character?
Yeah.
Cool.
Apparently, the reason why the government isn't sending in the cavalry is that the cult has brainwashed most of the population and cut off all external communications.
All it takes is one smartphone with a camera. Like,
so
that's...
most of the town is working with the cult. But
I
most
don't care.
is not all.
Yeah, most is not all, and anyone with a camera and an internet connection, or even a friggin' camera and the mail system can fix that. So no, that's not an adequate answer.
No, it says, did we watch the same trailer? It looks like most of the population are hostages and coerced into not getting help.
Yeah, they're getting press-ganged into helping the cults. They're not, like, part of it.
That doesn't necessarily mean... Like, it only takes one person to ruin this entire idea of the fact that they can't connect to the outside world.
You're telling me
it takes
no
one person getting in a car, managing to get away and drive.
Like, even in a small town is still comprised of hundreds of people.
Oh,
You're telling me...
Hello, Noah.
Hello. No one in those hundreds of people did anything to contact authorities of the outside world.
Well, not to mention that we're a sheriff's deputy that's going to arrest someone. Clearly, we know something's going on.
Yeah, if you're with a sheriff's... Like, you're connected to law enforcement. You have... And this is coming from knowledge of how cops work. You then have connection to the DNC database. Call the FBI. If you understand that violence of this level is taking place in your local precinct, call the FBI.
And if people are getting press ganged, you know.
Yeah!
Like, you can't even say we didn't know it was this bad. You have to know at that point.
So like I said, it's less to do with the fact that it's America and they're painting Americans and terrible. I could give less than a shit about that. It's whether the setting is plausible that I care about.
Yeah. And maybe it is. Maybe, there's more to it than what we're seeing.
That's entirely possible.
Like, maybe some of the people that we're going to arrest this person with are on the take, so all of our attempts, as far as we know, the FBI has been called and we're just there to keep things contained until they get there, except that the people who were supposed to call them didn't.
Yeah, or maybe if they want to get...
that's what's going on, but...
If they want to get a little ham-fisted about it, they could say that, like... The FBI rep for that region is, like, on the take for the cult or something, and that's why they're not doing it. Like, that would make for a ham-fisted arrangement. It would at least provide an explanation.
No, it says, from what I gather, the pro-tags are the local resistance.
Yeah, I think, like, part of what I think the mechanics of the game are is, like, you recruiting locals for the resistance cause.
Yeah. And yes, you do
your own
character.
That actually startled me. That's really cool. Whoa. Where the hell did that come from? Oh, he was in the room next to me. No! Okay.
But yeah, so it's just going to entirely depend on how they set it up and how they explain some of the things that, for now, are big questions for me. I mean, it's not that it can't make sense, it's that it's going to be hard to make it make sense.
It will make for a challenging suspension of disbelief.
That's not to say they can't do it, and maybe they will.
Yeah.
It's just until we see the entirety of it, I'm not ready to say that this is good.
Yeah.
But I'm also not ready to say, oh, this is just bad in general.
No, I am attempting very ardently to resist the urge to just knee-jerk judge. Because until we play it, we don't know exactly how they're going to handle certain aspects of it.
Also, I am excited about the idea of creating your own character.
Yeah, that's a first for the Far Cry series. Because, like, the closest you could really come to that so far was in 2. You could pick from a roster.
Yeah, the various characters.
Creating your own, that's a cool idea.
Yeah. Shield says she had to restart the mission. Not taking a mech and...
Yeah, mobile cover comes in handy for that last mission with mechs.
Said not taking a mech. She does not want to take a mech because it looked like I was going to finish it without losing anyone, and then my mech gets controlled and he kills my volunteer along with most of the squad.
Ouch.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, like I'm excited to try the create character system. I hope it's robust enough that you can really make it your own.
I hope so.
Because for me, that's the biggest thing nowadays with the create your own character idea. Is I always like it because I always feel a bit more like we have the chance to make it really our character. But
it's much easier to invest that way.
But if there aren't enough options for doing that, then it feels like it's just a preset.
Yeah.
Of, like, it's not really yours. It's just the best you can do.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I would rather just have a set character. But if the character creation is robust enough, then I think that's going to be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And not something that they've done before, which I find very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they'll make a nice, robust system where you can really make these characters unique. Instead of, ooh, you are. How did he not notice?
Because they're dumb.
Oh.
Honestly, that's what it comes down to.
Because they're dumb. Okay,
the
gotcha.
AI for these guys.
Gotcha. Not smart.
Not the sharpest.
Not smart.
Sharp as a marble.
Okay, gotcha. Except for that dude.
He damn near shot his friend in the shins, though.
No, yeah. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it. I think how they handle the setup is going to probably determine how much I'm going to like it myself personally.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're going create your own is an interesting new take. And Bunny is excited that you're here.
Yay. Ooh, jeez. Nuclear room.
Marcus says, I watched a developer interview where they were mentioned that they are explaining the isolation with the town population's distrust of the government, and that the cults sort of promised them what they wanted to hear, but not all of the people bought it. So basically, distrust of government ramped up to 11.
Again, I could see that for even 99% of a population. You will never get absolutely 100% everyone of a town of more than like 20 people to go along with that kind of thing. They may say they will. As soon as they're alone in their room with a computer and the internet, though,
as soon as things start going a little bit haywire, they're going to freak out and they're going to try to call for help because they're going to be scared. Yeah.
It is impossible to keep a group of the size we're told that this region is, like I said, hundreds of people, under that much isolation in the modern world. It is physically impossible and socially impossible.
So, I mean, if that's a good part of it, then, I guess that can make sense, but there needs to be more to it than that.
Yeah.
Like, some method they have by which that even if somebody does try to get contact to the outside world,
there we go,
that they've somehow managed to prevent it.
Like I said, I think they actually do need to unfortunately take the kind of ham-fisted approach of saying that, like, the authority figures that people would report to are corrupt. Yeah. Whether they're, like, part of the cult or getting paid, whatever. Like, that, I think, is what it's really going to take to make it even somewhat plausible.
Communications blackout to where, for whatever reason, they've actually managed to cut the capability of the people to, call for help.
Mm-hmm.
Noah wants to know if you've seen the trailer yet, and
I saw the launch trailer. If there's a new one since then, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, like, I'm interested to see what they do with it, and I think it could be a very interesting new take. But because of the direct, like, what they're trying to do with it, I think it's also going to be more difficult than the ones that they've done previous.
Yeah.
That's not to say that it's not worth taking that risk and doing the extra work to make it work. But
if they do it, it'll make for a really cool experience.
Marcus says there are 3 character trailers.
Haven't seen those yet then.
So maybe some of what we've got is answered, but maybe not.
Maybe. We'll see.
I doubt they're going to give enough of it in the trailers.
Yeah.
To really give us, the kind of surety on how well this makes sense. Because that's just too much detail that I don't think they're going to put in a trailer that's meant to just develop interest.
Yeah.
A bar owner's daughter, son of a World War II pilot, and a really badass creature with a .44 Magnum hidden in the Bible. Those are the 3 characters from the trailers.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so we'll have to see. I'm not discounting it. I am excited to see what they do with it.
No, like don't mistake my skepticism for like ill wishes. Like
No.
I hope the game does well, and I hope they fix the concerns that I have.
It's
I'm
just that we do have concerns.
nervous.
Yeah.
And
For a second, I thought you took down the whole wall. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And for re-emphasis and clarification, my nervousness does not come from what I think is offensive portrayals of anyone. No, I think it just has to do with the plausibility of the setting.
Yeah. And to me, that's the entirety of the issue, is how plausible is the entire concept. Because for me, if a concept doesn't feel like it could actually happen, I lose interest.
Oh shit!
That was intense.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. But yeah, like, to me, the major misgiving I have is whether or not they can make it feel like this is something that could actually happen.
Yeah.
That's the major issue, as far as I'm concerned. Mark says you can apparently fight planes and dogfight what looks like a P-51 Mustang.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer.
The cult has money to spare.
Yeah.
That's
like
also
how
a little bit weird.
How the FFA is, or the FAA, whatever the flight.
Whichever acronym it is.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. The government agency that takes care of planes and stuff. How they're not freaking out about some of that is also a question, considering they freak out about, like, home-owned drones.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Bunny says, I have a feeling Far Cry 5 is like Far Cry 3.5 with a new skin.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Which, if it's done well, not a negative thing.
Not a negative thing.
I loved Far Cry 3.
Yeah, so, but it really, for me, it all comes down to how are we gonna...
Yeah.
Bunny feels like the preacher with the magnum is cliche.
The concept sounds like it straight away. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so maybe not.
The concept does sound cliche, but the thing is, the pastor at the church that my parents go to...
This is true.
That's him, actually. His wife wanted a gun for her birthday, and they go on frequent range trip. Like, they just go to a gun range for fun.
And the thing is, like,
it's not...
For a game that's set in, like, remote rural America,
that's actually not that much of a cliche.
It's not. It's true. When it's that normal...
Yeah, it's actually, like, to me, it is cliche, but because of where they're saying it's set, it's not as cliche because it's fairly accurate, to be honest.
To a certain degree, when you set a story in a place as, I guess, well-known and well-documented as, you know, like Montana, it's like in the middle of America. Like, there are certain things that you just know are statistically true about people that live in such a place.
Bunny says, Far Cry 3's story-wise made me give a shit about my friends, whereas Far Cry 4, the only character I liked was Pagan.
Yeah, same.
Uncle Pagan, please save us.
Save us, Pagan! Like the lady on the radio, save us!
Come back!
That's something that does give me a little hope, though, is that the villains in each game were uniquely memorable. Like, Voss, sinister, terrifying,
insane,
fascinating, and, you know, uniquely memorable in his own way. Pagan Min, also very memorable. Not for the same reasons, though.
So I'm hopeful that, you know, this villain will be the same.
I hope so.
We'll have to see. Let's see. Marcus says, if my local preacher was like that, I would go to church every Sunday, guaranteed. And another one of the pastors at that same church actually has a ammo press.
Oh yeah, that's the one that married us.
Yes, the one that married us. My godfather has it.
In a hidden room, no less.
Yes, they have a hidden room in their house. That one was, to be fair, they didn't put that in. That was just part of the house that they thought was freaking
That's
boss.
That's really cool.
Oh my gosh, when they bought that house and the kids showed that to me, I was just like, can I move here? I want a hidden room so bad. I'm pretty sure every kid has that stage, though. Every kid wants a hidden room.
It's so cool. Like, you watch Scooby-Doo enough, much less other things, and you're like, dude, Hidden rooms and doors. They're so cool.
Marcus says, talk about a shotgun wedding.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We didn't have anyone carrying at the time because of the rules of the place.
That we know of.
I'm not going to say there were, because that was against the rules of the place that we were at.
It was a, on average, fairly conservative crowd with, from my side of the family, fair amount of cops in there as well, so I have no doubt there were at least a few guns floating around that crowd.
There probably were. Not that there was supposed to be, but, Bunny says, also, to add to my note, Jason Brody was a more interesting main character than Gale was in 4.
I would agree with that. He went through a lot more development than Ajay.
I feel like he actually changed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, I felt like there was actual change to how he was from the beginning to how he was at the end.
And at least, like, it addressed one of the things, not over long to the point where it interfered with the gameplay. It did actually address Jason essentially freaking out about killing someone for the first time, and then how easy it started to get.
Yeah.
Like, that was something that the story addressed. And so many action games about main characters that have supposedly never done this, they don't even touch on it.
No.
They're suddenly just all straight up Rambo, and it's just like, no, that's not how people process this kind of thing.
Yeah. So, like...
Whereas Ajay, he just went full-on action hero pretty much immediately.
Of course, I'm not sure what all he got up to while he was elsewhere.
I was theorizing for a little while.
We don't actually know.
We don't.
We never find out exactly who he was.
I was theorizing for a little while when I was playing it. I'm like, is Ajay actually, like... Even if he's...
Forces?
Yeah, if he's not, like... Is he like a CIA spook that's just off duty right now?
Well,
how the hell?
He handles it all very well.
He does.
And, like, even the parts that he was freaking out about, it was more because things were going off the rails.
Yeah.
Than necessarily the situation.
And
it's like he seemed to know what kind of situation he was getting into by going to this country in the first place.
Well, he just sort of casually got himself smuggled into a really isolated country.
And didn't really blink.
Yeah.
The whole idea, like, he only started freaking out when the gun started going off when things weren't supposed to, happen that way.
And honestly, from a purely storyteller's perspective, Ajay never freaked out all that much. No. It was the people around him that were just sort of like, come on, this way, and Ajay's just like, all right, I guess so.
Yeah, and the only freaking out he really seemed to do was when things went way off. Mm-hmm. Like the plan.
And if they had explained why Ajay was that way, I wouldn't mind. That was a criticism of mine about that game, though, is that...
They didn't explain it?
They didn't address it.
I do like to think that he's someone special that we just don't know.
I like to think that. The story never confirms that, though.
No, it doesn't. Bunny says cough. Hydrophobia, cough.
Yeah. That's a good example of that.
Marcus says, I liked how they tried to make the ending of 3 seem like a serious deal, but to me there is no way in hell for that happening after the weed mission.
What do you mean? You mean the major choice aspect of it, or like the canon ending of it, where Jason's like, I can't come back from this, which I actually thought was an interesting psychological commentary.
Well, it means he's recognized that he can't stop being this new person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's too
much. It has fundamentally changed him, this experience.
Which it would.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shield says, Marcus says also, you think people wouldn't act like Ajay in similar situations? I would, definitely would. I would go 100% Rambo. But the thing is, Marcus, you've been in the military.
Yeah.
You've been trained.
And even then, it's one thing to just say, oh, I would do this. You hear this a whole hell of a lot from people that are, like, new to, say, gun culture or something. It's one thing to say you would do something. It's another thing to find yourself placed in a stressful scenario and to realize... There's a lot of
what you would hope you'd do.
Yeah, there's what you hope you would, what you think you would. You never know until you're placed in it.
Yeah. And military and law enforcement, you can't assume the way you would react would be the same because you're trained.
Even so, there come certain expectations when it comes to military and law enforcement. You know, unless your comms go down, that even if you're alone in the field, there's still a support network you can rely on if the shit hits the fan.
But he says Jason's brother was in the army in 3. But yeah, just because you have a family in the military doesn't mean that you have any of the training to handle it the way they would.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
So.
if you have the physical capability, that's fine. The psychological training is what matters when it comes to dealing with that shit.
Yeah. Which is why I liked that Jason did freak out some.
Yeah. That's why he's able to physically handle a gun, except it does take him a while to psychologically deal with what he's just done with that gun. There's a difference there.
Yeah. She also says, on the personal story, I have several books from the library for research. I'm rewriting some of what's written. I'm also redoing my main character's backstory.
Good times.
Yep. I can't tell you how many rewrites some of my stuff has gone through.
Well, I mean, we're revising some of our D&D characters right now.
Our
like self-inserts.
Our oldest.
Yeah.
Ones.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friendo.
Can I just like knife you? Hi.
Oh my gosh, you did. Bunny says, no, I'm saying there was a military character in a Far Cry game that did try to calm Jason down when he knocked the guard.
Right,
yes,
right,
that's
right.
True.
Yes.
That didn't happen in 4.
Right.
Which is what makes me... Like, I want to think that there's a reason Ajay didn't react the way a civilian would react in those situations. When people are getting shot down in front of him.
Yeah.
When he himself is in a dangerous, potentially threatened position. But, yeah. Mark says, I mean, I couldn't take the ending seriously after the Wheat mission. It was too funny. Also, I was just trying to provoke the joke that we Finns are seen as batshit insane sometimes. And yeah, I was in the military. You got a point there. But he says, and it made me care for the brother too when he died. Oh, I was so upset when his brother died.
Well, and that was a good storytelling
because we
thing,
did care about him.
Yeah, well, it's instant investment.
Yeah, because he's trying to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
He cares about you, and he's the one who knows what to do.
Yeah.
And then you watch him get gunned down, and it's just like, now what?
And he gets hit right as you think you've just made it to the safe line, you know?
And you're not. So that was very well done.
Yeah.
But
well, and I liked the fact that intro sequence of Far Cry 3 is not like, you know, your sibling goes down and then righteous rage and then you like destroy the entire camp. No, Jason runs for his fucking life, man.
And almost dies doing it.
Exactly.
Like, he almost doesn't make it.
He doesn't go through that like instant hero transformation that a lot of games force.
No.
Where the hell is the damn hostage?
I don't know. How should I know?
I'm just terrorizing. I'm terrorizing them with my drone. Never mind. I'm just laying down upstairs. This is an unfortunate position for you, sir.
But yeah, like I felt like 3. I feel like Jason went through changes that made sense for what we've been told of his backstory, and Ajay was just kind of. He just kind of was.
I mean, he was just an action game main character, you know?
Yeah, which, you know, I personally like to make sense of it as there's stuff we don't know about Ajay. And it's not necessarily, you know, because, you know, he's just an action hero main character, but more because he's been in a situation like this before.
I like to think of it as less flaw, more unspecified implication. Even though it is a flaw.
You get to create your own character in 5, which...
That's cool.
I'm
looking
wondering
forward to
what
that.
will happen with background, like backstory, like if that's just never going to come up, like what your actual backstory is other than the basics of your part of the sheriff's office.
Or the creative character may just have to do with your appearance.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what they do with that, like whether it's like you have options for your background a la like Mass Effect and you can create your character, or if your backstory as that character has no bearing on what happens, so it never comes up.
Honestly, I kind of doubt, or rather, I kind of suspect that.
Yeah, I suspect that's what it's going to be, and it's just how you look as you go throughout the game.
That's what I'm thinking.
I would prefer that we have some kind of backstory option, so it's not just this weird blank.
Well, like
but it depends on how they handle it.
Yeah, I suspect it may fall kind of close to the like the Mass Effect thing, where like you're still Commander Shepard. There are certain things that are just true of the character, no matter the choices you make.
But you still have some effect on the details of it.
Yeah. And you still get to like pick your first name and your appearance and stuff. I suspect that's probably where it's gonna fall. Just
Marcus says, I gotta say, I saw Jason's brother's death coming from a mile away.
Oh, so did I.
Oh, so did I. It's just, it did what it was intended to do.
Yeah, it served its narrative purpose well.
Like, even if you see it coming, it, for the most part, it did what it was meant to do, because... And honestly, I feel like that's what went wrong with the Tomb Raider remake. Is they had that same sort of character, but they left him too long.
Yeah. He overstayed his welcome, and then when he died, it's like, alright, get it over with, come on.
Like, to me, I was like, if you're gonna keep him around that long, just subvert the entire thing and don't kill him.
Wait, oh, hi! There you are! I was about to turn around and leave you!
But yeah, like, for me, with, the Tomb Raider thing, is if you're gonna keep him that long, like, to the end of the game, don't kill him. Just cripple him or something.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would have hurt worse to have this character who survived all this and is the badass to be permanently crippled.
Yeah.
Like, maim him.
Make him still like the mentor on the radio, just he can't help you in the field anymore. He's not coming to the rescue anytime soon.
Yeah, like, to me, that would have been a better...
Oh,
like, to me, that would have been better than killing him at that point.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the stuff that we learned in that particular game that made me care about him was stuff that he didn't need to be there for, because it was all letters and like recordings from before.
Yeah, so him staying alive for you to find those things didn't really need narratively to happen.
Yeah, it didn't matter. So it's like, there are ways to handle that kind of character, and I feel like Far Cry 3 did well with what they did with that kind of character, as, not only did it give you some backstory for why can Jason handle guns like he can, because clearly he knows what to do with them. Well, his brother's military and probably showed him the ropes, right?
They're freaking daredevils that jump out of planes for fun. I'm sure they've gone to a range.
Yeah, so, with that, and then, having this character who's clearly seen actual combat, help you in the first stages of things going wrong, but then, the gut-wrenching sort of, I'm alone now, once he dies. Like, I think they did well with the pacing of that particular thing. And I feel like Tomb Raider tried to do the same sort of character.
Well, let's be honest,
but they didn't do it well.
The pacing of that entire game was awful. I did not care for the Tomb Raider reboot, let's say.
We haven't finished it. I think we have 1 hour left.
I know. We're like at the end of the game, and I'm just so unmotivated to even finish it. I'm like, I don't care.
And we handed one of our iconic guns off, and I'm like...
Yeah, I'm like...
Like, if you're gonna give us the guns, let us keep the guns.
Like, I honestly don't think... I think the reason she hands off the other gun is because I don't think dual wielding is actually coded into that game.
No, I don't think it is.
Because you never do it with anything else.
No.
And we're so close to the end, I don't see them adding an entirely new weapon mechanic for the final frickin' stretch.
Probably
I just don't see it happening.
I don't...
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I want to like that game more than I like it.
I want to as well.
Because I like the new Lara.
I do!
Like, I like the new Lara.
I like her look. I like her look. I like her character.
What I like that she's not so sure of herself, but she is capable because she's been trained.
Well, and she's got what I consider to be, like, classic valor in the face of adversity, in that she is scared. She is freaked the fuck out. But and she does it anyway.
Yeah, she still goes forward. She still freaks out, but then pushes herself to keep going.
Yeah, like, that's good. That's admirable. That's heroic in a classic sense.
Yeah. But the rest of the game leaves something to be desired.
Yeah.
For me. And, like, one of the characters that I actually liked, they killed. The rest I don't really care about. Like, her buddies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the only one that I liked fell off the cliff.
Yeah. The old guy.
Yeah, the crazy old guy.
The ship captain.
I loved him. He was the best.
He was so damn cool.
He was so cool. matters. I could just.
Yeah, well, like there's like what her like Japanese friend, I think he's Samoan guy. I'm like, who are you and why do I care?
Like, we're not given enough to really care about them.
Like, clearly Lara cares. We as the player and the reader in a narrative sense, we aren't given enough to care. So since we are through Lara the agents of the story, we should kind of.
But we don't.
Have more to go on.
But we don't.
We just don't.
Whoa. Yeah, like
whoa.
I like Lara, and I really wanted to like that game, and maybe we'll like the second one, better.
Okay, I thought I was going crazy there for a second because I could have sworn I saw a guy out of the corner of my eye and then he wasn't there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, maybe we'll like the second one better.
I hope so.
Yeah, like maybe that's what will happen, and we'll like the sequel.
I'm just a little nervous that maybe I just missed it. Maybe it's entirely on me. I don't remember hearing much of anything about Rise of the Tomb Raider after it came out.
No, maybe we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
And that is possible because if we were looking at something else primarily, if we were more concerned with something else at the time, then I could see us missing it. Especially since we hadn't played the first.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I could see us just kind of skipping over it mentally. But I don't know. Marcus says, "Oh, hey, I almost forgot. Want to fight in the Vietnam War? Rising Storm 2 is out."
Yeah, I saw a trailer for that just the other day. I didn't realize they were making new DLC for Rising Storm 2. Like, that's an old game at this point, and they're making new stuff for it.
Which I found very interesting.
Yeah, and it actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah. But yeah, action game movie style things are hard to get right.
Yeah, they are. You dead? Okay, you're dead.
And honestly, I wish we'd been given a bit more about Ajay's background in 4.
Oh god! I heard the chirp. I heard it, and I couldn't do anything about it because I was mid-animation.
Yeah.
I'm just whoop! Oh god! Why did I fall toward it? Whatever.
But yeah. That guy is here and says, so scorpions are a bitch, am I right?
They are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
They are a menace. Mm-hmm. Cinnamon does fuck all to repel them.
And I am officially traumatized.
Yeah.
I'm vetoing playing Fallout 4 for a while. Or Fallout in general for a while.
The teleporty scorpions are a little too close to home.
We're not doing that. No, can't. Sorry. Not happening. Not right now. No. Bunny says action movie like characters Duke Nukem, Flynn Taggart, and Ranger. Yeah,
well, and like the thing with all of those is they understand their campiness,
and they're not trying to be serious.
Exactly, they don't take themselves entirely seriously. They intentionally go over the top. They're about the fun of it, not about the exploration of psychological stress under crisis aspect of it.
Which you do get in, like the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
And they do try to touch on fairly in the Far Cry.
Yeah.
The later Far Cries. Let's see.
3 at least.
Also, just posted an article into Discord. Cowboy Bebop, the live-action series.
I saw that.
What could go wrong, am I right?
I didn't see it when you posted it. I saw a friend of mine posted it on social media, and I was just like, did you not learn your lesson from Ghost in the Shell? Cowboy Bebop is a triumph. It is a masterpiece.
Don't mess it up.
It is not just one of the greatest anime of its time. It is one of the greatest shows of its time, and in my opinion, any time. It is so well done. It doesn't need a revisit. It doesn't need a reboot. It doesn't need a live-action adaptation.
The only thing it needs is to be re-released on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it needs an HD re-release on Blu-ray, and that's it! Maybe add, like, commentary tracks from Stephen Bloom and the other voice actors. Get, like, a director's commentary track in there. I'd love that. I'd fucking adore it. Remaking it, though?
Nothing else.
You will never come close to tapping the artistry of the original. It just, in a movie format, cannot be done.
Yeah.
And I don't say that about a lot of things. There are a lot of shows that I'm like, all right, fine, make a movie adaptation of it. You can still get like the core concept of it across. No, you can't with Cowboy Bebop. It's too complex.
Celtic Knight is here. And that guy says, I had a good day of threes with GOG's summer sale.
Hey.
That guy says, rebought Fear in both expansions, bought the 2 Stalker games I didn't have, and snagged the 2nd and 3rd Deponia game.
Dude, good freaking times. I've actually had the itch to play Fear again lately.
I know, I miss it. Steak gun, okay?
And like, I've also got kind of a soft spot for it because it was the first stream series we did.
Well, not to mention the fact that it was the first horror game
that we played together.
It was where I found out that as freaked out as I get, I like horror games.
Yeah, that was when, like, after, and this was pre-stream because we played this together in college. After we finished Extraction Point, the first, and the good, DLC for the first Fear game, she was immediately like, okay, can we, like, go to Walmart and see if they have any good horror movies on sale? Cause
yeah, like, it actually made me like it.
Yeah, it got her interested in horror. Because prior to that, nah. She was not about the horror movies.
I was so far not about the horror movies. It's not even funny. That guy says, wait, is Fear on your channel?
Not all of it.
Because that was back in our OG days of streaming, and
and
the
that
archive
was
stuff didn't work out.
Well, in the first, like, I think 2 streams of it, I didn't even know you could archive streams yet. So, like, the start of the game is not there.
And then,
if you go to the Livestream archive playlist on the main channel, the first couple of archives on there are of us playing Fear. That was also in the days when we did more, like, variety streams. So I'd mix in, like, Fistful of Frags and
it was like compilation
Minecraft.
Stuff.
We did do,
we did the whole game.
Yeah, consecutively we did, Fear... did we do Extraction Point on the stream? I don't know if we did.
So. We did Fear 2.
Yeah, we did Fear 2.
We never did get to Fear 3, honestly.
No, we meant to.
I don't like Fear 2 enough that I don't particularly care about Fear 3, even though we have it.
Ghost reassures me that it's more enjoyable than 2. I'm not super motivated to get to it.
That guy says, hold on, Ken, Perseus Mandate isn't a bad experience.
Scary
are terrifying if you don't see them.
Yeah, I don't care. The story's awful.
The story is the best part of the Fear games, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Perseus Mandate is... it's an atrocity to the Fear storytelling. I hate it. I hate it so much.
And Celtic Knight says, oh yes, the hiccup attack stream.
Yes!
That was then. That
is the one.
That's yeah. And then we started naming all our guns.
Yeah, we did. And that was also in the days when I was still doing stream highlight videos. Mm-hmm. So feel free to find that playlist on the channel as well. There's some of the good moments from those streams on there.
I've seen too many horror movies that were just your typical cliche bullshit, aside from a very, very few exceptions.
Same.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that back then. When we first played Fear, I wasn't aware.
She was so new to horror that, like...
I didn't know
anything could freak her out.
Anything at all.
And I consider Fear, like, a good horror experience, so it got to her especially.
It did.
Because my favorite thing about Fear...
Though I still like the movie Legend of Hell House.
Yes, it's so good.
Awesome.
A classic. And if you want to actually, like, plug our own site here, people forget we have a website, largely because I haven't done anything with it in a while.
Yep.
If you want to read my, like, full, at-length thoughts about the first Fear game, I actually do have a print review of it on lastlevelpress.com. Yeah, that's a thing that exists. The concise thing for me is, I love the fact that... Because Fear is, first and foremost, honestly, an action horror game. And the action is great. However, you can go from feeling like, as the games so love to use the phrase of, a god among men one moment, and then at the drop of a hat, or a helmet in this case,
you're completely helpless.
Yeah, you are rendered completely helpless because you can do nothing for all of your fancy time stop powers about anything Alma wants to do to you. You are at her mercy. Mm-hmm. I love that juxtaposition.
Yeah, and that guy says, hold up, you play Fear for the story?
Yeah.
The first Fear game, yeah.
First one was good. Fear 2's story?
Fear 2's story goes off the rails, man.
Extraction Point story? Great! Perseus Mandate? Oh.
And that guy says slow-mo, the grenades, martial arts, awesome weapons, the grenades.
Yeah, man.
Like, I didn't say we played it only for the story.
No, that's the primary reason.
We like the story.
I really like the action, too, don't get me wrong.
And the action is fun, and I like the stake gun. The stake gun is my favorite.
And the microwave gun.
And the microwave gun. Those are my 2 favorite weapons, and once we get them, that's the only thing I ever want him to use because it's so much fun.
I carry, like, those 2 and the shotgun. And
it's not my fault. They're fun,
It's my in-game loadout, man. Where the hell are the rest of these guys?
I don't know. Let's see. Kathleen says that Hiccup stream is the first time I see Bai hit Ken with a book and he flips the bird to the viewers. That's true. That was back in the book WAP days.
It was. Where in the hell? I just got shot at. Where the hell did that come? Oh, hi.
Bunny says, when Alien, a 1979 masterpiece done by Ridley Scott, has better horror elements for a movie that is strictly science fiction compared to modern horror movies, somewhere along the line people fucked up.
Yeah,
yes.
I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Yes, entirely.
Honestly, most horror movies these days, to me, are not horror movies. They're, at most, thrillers.
Yeah.
And I draw a distinction there.
Yeah. And I'm not really one for body horror.
Nah, it doesn't do much for me.
Or the excessive gore, because to me, honestly, that's not what scares me, really. That's not what really gets to me. What gets to me most is the psychological elements.
Yeah.
So, for me, I guess you could say, like, horror games that are, Japanese, like more Japanese horror games sort of thing.
Well, they have a much more cerebral approach to horror.
To me, that's scarier than, like, for example, Outlast.
Yeah.
Outlast doesn't really get to me. The gruesomeness of it.
Yeah. The first one kind of did.
The first one kind of did because of the weird, what's causing it all.
Yeah.
But everything else.
Because for me, the horror aspect of the first Outlast came from 2 places. Knowing that some of the, like, I guess more classical, like, physical enemies, like the crazy folks in the asylum, knowing that there is no reasoning with some of them.
Yeah, to me,
that's a scary aspect of it.
That's the scary aspect of it.
And then I could tell, I refused to acknowledge that the supernatural aspect of it actually was. I was like, no, the way this is portrayed, there are so many hints that this is scientific in nature. So it's that fear of the unknown of just like, God, there is an explanation. What is it?
Yeah, to me, that's the best part.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Mark did. It was a text-based adventure sort of thing.
Oh yes.
That was
Buried.
Yes, that one to me was a much better horror game.
So good.
Than most.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch if you haven't seen this, a really good psychological horror game. It's entirely text-oriented, and then if you watch Markiplier's playthrough of it,
his
awesome, lustrous voice doing it.
His dulcet tones.
Yeah, look up his series for Buried. It is really good.
Yeah. Ghost is here and wants to know if you want a partner.
Yes, sir. Whoa, I didn't actually expect to
And Sage says, I'm guessing I wouldn't like it then. I can't even play tame horror games.
Yeah, maybe not.
No. Like, yeah, so to me, I don't like physical horror so much. Like, some physical horror can put emphasis on.
Yeah, it's punctuation for me.
But I don't like it when that's the majority.
Yeah.
That's why there were certain parts in Outlast that they grossed me out more than they scared me and made me go, why is this necessary? Why are we seeing this? Why is this here? Simply because it didn't really add anything to the situation to me that we hadn't already experienced.
Yeah. Like, that's part of why, because I know...
Ghost says he's updating Siege now.
Alrighty. I know a natural question to follow what I thought of the first Outlast is probably going to end up, what did I think of Outlast 2? And I have seen a full playthrough of it, and it's alright. I had stronger misgivings about it leading up to the ending than once I actually saw the ending, because I was really worried that certain aspects of it made so little sense that there was no suspending disbelief until I got to the very end and realized, oh, there actually is an adequate explanation for this.
Yeah, but I think, honestly, I didn't want to watch it because I saw how gory and body horror-y
the demo was.
Yeah. And I was just like,
there we go.
To me, that, honestly, that ruins it. That ruins the horror aspect for me. Because I get grossed out and I stop thinking about the stuff that actually scares me about it.
Yeah.
So I lose some of the tension when it's just the physical. Part of that's probably because I read a lot. Dude, they killed each other.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was the guy that killed himself.
Oh, yeah.
Because I survived the explosion.
Yeah, but,
Can I have that?
No.
I want that.
We can't have that, I'm sorry. But, like, to me, the things that are, mess with your mind, like, things that are scary because of the unknown or because the things that you've realized are true, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's scarier than any amount of super gory, shenanigans. Noah says, well, I just got called away for like 30 minutes. Don't mind me. If you're in need of a possible player 3, I am downloading the update right now.
Hell yeah, man. Let's get you and Ghost in here pretty soon.
That guy says, speaking of horror, the Mummy reboot. Thoughts? It doesn't look like a mummy. She is not a mummy. I don't believe it. She doesn't have the...
Honestly...
If we're gonna go with crypto creepy creatures, she does not match...
Like, I have mixed feelings about it.
...of mummies. Like, if she was something completely different...
Well, I think they are implying that she is. They're implying she's like a demigod.
I know, but they're calling it the mummy.
I know.
That's the problem.
My
if
feeling...
they wouldn't do that, then I wouldn't be so upset about it.
My feeling about it is, I wish they hadn't given it the title that they did.
Yes.
Because in a vacuum, it actually looks like an alright movie. As part of the Mummy series, I mean, as hit and miss as that series honestly is...
It doesn't...
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like, honestly, I haven't really enjoyed many of those, except for, like, the first one.
Yeah. Bunny says, Outlast 2 is running Sim 2017, sadly.
Yeah.
Also, stealth becomes completely useless in the hardest difficulty in Outlast 2.
So I've heard.
NPCs must have wall hacks on 24/7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially the giant pickaxe lady. Like, she just instantly knows where you are at all times. And the little tiny guy on the giant's shoulders, he's got straight up aimbot.
Marcus says modern horror is just that bad. It really, a lot of it is. A lot of it goes, for some reason, they've gone less the creep you out mentally, like the freaking you out part, and more to the whole overwhelm the senses with gore. It's more shock value than it is necessarily actively scaring you.
Because to me, I think that has to do with the prevalence and popularity of first slasher films and then their natural evolution into just straight up body horror gory films like the Saw series.
Yeah.
I mean, like, a lot of people do enjoy those for some reason. I'm not among them. Whoa! I was too close. Yeah. And I think the market will respond to the popularity of whatever clearly is popular to more people. And so I think that the games media is starting to react to the fact that in film, that kind of horror is what... Yeah, it's what sells.
It sells. It's like sex sells, gore sells.
At least to American audiences.
Honestly, now don't get me wrong, having gore in it isn't an immediate turn-off to me. What I require is having more to it than just...
Yeah.
Lots of gore.
Just the shock value of it. I'm like, all right, can we get on to whatever the reason for this is?
Marcus says, Saw is something I just couldn't stomach to watch. Yeah. Just seeing the previews, like the trailers for some of the later Saw movies, told me more than enough to know that I can't watch that. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter how good, whatever background there is or whatnot. If it is good, I don't know. It doesn't matter because I can't stomach watching it.
Yeah, I watched the first one.
I get so caught up in the grossness.
Yeah.
like that's all I can focus on at that point.
Yeah, I watched the first one, and honestly, I got bored. It just didn't really do much for me. I saw the twist coming a mile away. I know for some people it's just, really? I'm like, I could kind of tell you that within the first, like, 10 minutes of the movie.
And Bunny says it's all about jump scares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, especially for games these days. Jump scares are in.
Ghost says loading the game now. And honestly,
cool.
Jump scares have their place.
They do, as long as they're not overused.
They can't be That's exactly it.
Like Fear did jump scares right. Because there's one, and you know the one.
Still gets
me. In the first Fear game, at one point, you're going down ladders and catwalks and stuff.
And
I know it's there!
It doesn't help.
And it still gets me!
Yeah.
That game understood how to use jump scares.
Yeah, Marcus says, I've ended up watching some modern horror movies on TV without realizing they were horror.
Yeah.
That's how bad modern horror is.
Like I said, I don't think most modern horror, and I'm willing to use the word most, actually is horror. I think, to me, a lot of it falls into the thriller category.
Yeah, it's more the shock value than it is actually horrifying.
Yeah.
And honestly, I prefer to be horrified, like actually creeped out, than grossed out. Like, you can have some in each. Like, there is bleed over, and I think that's fine, and there should be.
Yeah.
But if I'm only grossed out, it's not enough. Like, it's not enough.
I agree.
Let's see. Goats wants to know if you want a Discord or silent.
No, we can definitely Discord. I was just waiting until we, like, wrapped up this conversation thread.
Yeah, we still have some stuff. Let's see. That guy says appealing to the lowest common denominator in youth. If you need proof, just look at the Emoji Movie.
Yeah, and the Angry Birds movie.
I'm pretending that's not a thing. Excuse me while I continue on. But he says, I can enjoy a mindless slasher flick every now and then. And Saw 1 was fine, but I didn't care for the others. And The House of a Thousand Corpses being the best, and that is it, sadly.
I haven't actually seen that one.
That guy says, you can skip that scene just by not using the ladder. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And the thing is, but I like it.
I love that you know the one I'm referring to.
And the thing is about Fear 1 is there are scares that if you aren't looking in the right spot at exactly the right time while you're clearing the offices, you'll miss it.
I have played...
There's no sound cue.
Yeah.
There's no forced. It's just there if you happen to glance that way.
I've played through the first Fear game at least 5 times to completion, and every single time I noticed new things that I just missed on earlier runs.
Yeah. And honestly, to me, that's why I like Fear so much.
Yeah.
I like the story. I find it interesting. It has the various details in it that I like in stories like that. I like the characters. The combat is fun. That doesn't sound right.
Is that chopper, like, landing in the neighborhood over?
I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
I'm like, that was loud enough. I think you guys could probably hear it.
Emergency.
I'm thinking maybe
EMS?
life flight, because that sounded really low and really close.
Yeah, that didn't sound like...
And that was a chopper. That wasn't a plane.
Yeah. I mean, we have that little airport.
Yeah, it's more that way, though.
But they don't come in that close.
No, they don't. Well, hope whoever that chopper is for is alive.
Hope it gets okay.
Alright, so I saw Noah and Ghost are now each online, so let me alt-tab real quick, get into Disco. Apologies for the monitor capture. I know it's horribly unprofessional. It's the only way I can capture this game, though. So.
But yeah, like, I like Fear because it has the mix of elements that I prefer.
Yeah, same.
When it comes to...
Greetings, gentlemen.
Hola.
Hey, what's...
the hell just happened?
You had to do it.
Did Spetsnaz just kill Noah?
You had to do it.
I said what's up. I just said what's up.
I get the feeling there's an inside joke going on here that I missed.
Yeah, there is.
Do you want me to say hello again? I can do it again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. It's all good. Let's see.
I don't see the issue here. Officer, what's going on? Am I being detained?
Alright, let me check my challenges real quick.
Bunny says, almost forgot. House of Wax is another fun, mindless slasher fic.
House of
House of
Wax.
Wax is scary.
I haven't seen that one.
Creepy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, like what I would consider horror
I
movies.
have more. I'm trying to catch up on the.
Okay, quick
chat.
title drop then.
Okay, title.
28 Days Later. Great movie. Anyway, continue.
That guy says, also a nice jump scare in the Perseus Mandate expansion. When you leave the sewers and are outside, there's a small corridor with supplies at the end. Won't say any more, but it was good enough to make me stand up and take a breath.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
There were decent moments in Perseus.
I didn't like the entirety.
The whole, though, I didn't care for it.
Marcus says, today it's just, oh hey, a disemboweled body. I guess I'm supposed to be scared. And even though I don't like horror myself, it's sad to see the movies lose their grip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bunny says 28 Days was the shit.
It was so good.
Grendel
Hey!
says, what's up?
How goes, man?
More of the Descent guy myself, but 28 Days Later was A1.
I've heard Descent was good. I haven't seen it. I'm curious about that one, though.
Yeah. Oh my god, Grendel is here.
I know.
I'm so
he was
excited
he
right
was there
now.
for Ghost Ring the other day, too.
I'm so excited.
Glad to have you around again, man.
Yay. But yeah, like, to me, if a story that's, like, if there's something that's supposed to be scary, there needs to be something for my mind to engage with, not just, you know, what I'm looking at.
Same.
But then that's me with pretty much most media I prefer to indulge in. If there's not something for me to think about, I'm not going to enjoy it as much.
Yeah. All right, and I have a request for Ghost, since he's our squad lead at the moment. Let's do some casual multiplayer, because I've got some challenges for the day that I want to get. Because the Russia Day thing is going on, and I want to get the free little tag for it.
That guy says, a good amount of new enemies, though. Also, new assault rifle. Fond memories. Still my favorite of the two expansions. I can see it for the gameplay.
Yeah, like, the action was decent.
The action and, like, the new enemies, like, I can see that for Perseus Mandate, but for me, because I liked the story, my favorite expansion was Extraction Point, because, honestly, to me, that was a better sequel than 2.
Yeah. I just didn't feel like the story of Perseus added anything of any importance to the Fear narrative.
Yeah. Marcus says, well, on the topic of 28 Days, I'm not a fan of zombie movies either. They're just boring. Or they overuse the gore.
I'm usually not either. To me, 28 Days is an exception.
Yeah. And Grendel says, how's it going, Vi? It's pretty good. Traumatized by scorpions, but pretty good other than that. I'm not watching any movie that has to do with scorpions, just so you know. It's not happening. I will nope out before it happens.
Not even the Scorpion King with Dwayne Johnson?
No. Not right now,
Especially
no.
not that.
No. That guy says, I will say that the Extraction Point ending was awesome.
It was.
It was. I was actually very satisfied with the ending of
So was
Extraction
I.
Point.
Like, I think it was actually a more elegant conclusion to Alma's story than Fear 2 was in 3, so...
Sheila says, does this mean that Vi isn't going to be playing any Fallout games? That's exactly what it means.
That's what she said earlier.
I am vetoing the Fallout games for a while. It's a little too close to home. Just a little bit.
Give it a couple weeks.
Give it a few weeks and then I'll be okay again. It's just...
In other words, surprise gameplay can of Fallout 4?
No.
Ken alt tabs in Fallout 4 is already loaded.
Exactly.
No!
I'm like in the middle of a scorpion nest. Oh, by the way, this is what I was doing.
No.
In case you wanted to see what my latest save was, everybody.
I tried to talk her earlier today into how therapeutic it would be to empty a combat shotgun into a scorpion, and she just wasn't having it.
No, the terror is too strong. Terror is too strong. Grendel says, how long are you guys going to be streaming for?
A couple hours.
I've got something to do, but I just noticed you guys were streaming.
I don't know exactly.
4 years consecutively.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
But if you have something to do, go do it.
Yeah.
The archive will be here.
Yeah, tonight is just sort of a chill, informal stream, because, like, as I said, clearly we don't have the whole setup
Yeah, the setup isn't
done,
finished.
so,
No, really? All the shadows everywhere?
all the shadows,
shadows.
the pale contrast.
Weird lighting. Let's see.
Sucks, man.
It's all
Yeah.
just as it should be.
Bunny says, you know I loved watching Kin play through Legendary and Hydrophobia. However, I think Infernal looks like a better game.
No. I already made a statement about Infernal. If you missed it, when we make it to 1 million, I will return to and
Was it 1
finish.
million?
It was 1 million.
I thought it was 50.
No, it was 1 million. I will return to and finish Infernal. Only then will I return to and finish Infernal.
Grendel says, by the way, only sort of related, but arachnid horror comedy movie, Eight-Legged Freaks.
That's actually a good movie.
I'll be back then.
It's
guys.
a comedy.
All right, see ya, Grendel.
Later, man.
Marcus says, when I come to America, I'm going to bring Violet Scorpion. No! No, please. Please. Please, no.
Why you do this?
No.
Oh man, scorpions are neat. Come on.
That guy says, someone quick, make a cinnamon weapon mod for Fallout 4. No. No. Bunny says, Ken, that's not fair, man. He hates it that much. That's just how much he hates it.
Wait, what?
Infernal.
Oh, Infernal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how much he hates it. But yeah, scorpions would be cool if they weren't armored spiders with crazy stinger tails
You
and
just
claws.
don't like the fact that they're technically arachnids. That's what you don't like.
Yes.
So, Vine, what you're getting at is scorpions would be cool if they weren't scorpions.
Exactly. That is exactly right. If they were not what they are, I would be fine.
Wow, it's very inconsiderate.
No. They're... When you have one crawling up your leg, no. No. Mm-mm. No. Just no. Just...
Sounds fun.
No,
I like
it was
that.
not fun. It was terrifying, and I will never do it again.
Sounds fun. That's good.
No.
No, that's good. I like that. I'm glad you had a good time.
I'm just happy I didn't have a
You're gonna
panic
get
attack
banned, dude.
the moment it happened.
Ban me from my own Discord. Good luck.
Marcus says, I'm going to make 1 million accounts and subscribe to Ken.
Oh god, no. Oh, how am I alive right now?
Magic.
Oh, yeah.
The magic of Chunka.
Lord Chunka never dies. He only rests.
Oh, guys, by the way, I have good news.
Yeah?
I'm done with school for the
Yay!
Congrats!
for the next however long I can pretend that life is okay until school starts again.
Whoa.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Bunny says, did
I
one of
managed
those
to
scorpions
survive
come from the
through
nether
your
one? I'm
And
glad.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The A-push final is the worst thing I've ever dealt with. So first of all, I'm gonna go on record and say I have nothing against this teacher. She's probably one of my favorite teachers ever. But every single A-push class was given the wrong study material.
Ooh. That's no good.
We were told to prep season 2, or not season 2. I'm still in siege mode. Semester 2, the thing you have in school.
Mm-hmm.
We were told to prep for semester 2 content, which is the early 90s onwards. The actual final covered like pre-American history and early native policy in the like 1800s.
That's no good. Ow.
So the first 50 questions, I was like, I'm sorry, I've never seen this before.
That's
Yeah.
a screw up on like the administration's part.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not holding the teacher responsible at all. They were just told what they were told.
Good job.
And
Yeah,
I sent her an email and I was like, hi, I don't want to fail.
This sucks, man.
Yeah, I was like, hi, dear Miss K, this sucks, man.
Yep. Shield says, picturing Vi running for the car and heading for the nearest scorpion-free hotels. I would have if we weren't leaving
Yeah.
like a couple days after that.
Yeah, like once we made the call, like this, we can't keep on like this. It was like 2 days until we turned around and packed up and headed out.
Yep. And that guy says, hey, you know the Cards Against Humanity LLP deck? Can we add cinnamon and scorpions to that?
Yes.
I
Noah, please take notes.
Please do that.
Where's my notepad? Hold on. You can hear me opening my drawer. Perfect. Perfect.
Let's see. Marcus says, how did he see Ken through the cubicle?
I don't know. Maybe somebody marked me.
Someone might have marked you. That's probably it.
Maybe it was just pre-fire because people go there a lot.
Yeah, true. Like they'll just look at permeable surfaces and assume someone is hiding there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually happens a lot.
But yeah, like when you have to put on shoes to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because you're scared there might be scorpions on your floor.
Mm-hmm. And like I said in the vlog that I talked about, like I didn't like the fact, I hated the fact that it literally was that fear of scorpions, the first thing and last thing you'd think about every day. Because as soon as you get up in the morning, as soon as you get out of the covers, you're looking at the ground to make sure you're not about to step on one. And even if you're putting on
And
shoes...
we had to move our bed so it wasn't against the wall, so that there wouldn't be ones on us when we were sleeping.
And, like, when you're going to sleep at night, like, you gotta, you know, unroll the covers and make sure that scorpions haven't crawled into the middle of them in the middle of the day. Like, I hated having to punctuate the day that way. It was just a constant white noise of stress that I can deal with a lot. Can't deal with that.
But he says at least it wasn't Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Let's see. Sage says, I've held a scorpion and a tarantula. Now that was horror. No interest in reliving that. Both were the sides of my hand. I'm fine with everything small. Just keep it far away from where I'm going to sleep and eat and sit.
Yeah. And speaking of sitting, I have sat on a scorpion.
Don't do that.
Ain't pleasant.
Don't do that. And the smaller the scorpion, the worse it's going to hurt.
Because they're kind of like snakes in that they release like all of their venom when they sting when they're small. So it hurts even more.
Marcus says, I didn't hear or see anything that said you were marked. Then it probably was just people hide there so often.
He was probably just pre-firing. Whoa.
Ow, they're coming upstairs.
So what I'm getting from this is baby scorpions don't have trigger discipline.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. They haven't learned that trigger discipline yet, man.
Nope.
That good TD.
They're also hard to see.
Or the stinger discipline.
They are harder to see, too. Of course, black lights are very useful.
They are. Because for those that don't know, if you ever come upon invasion of scorpions, get yourself a black light and go searching. Because scorpions will glow, depending on the type, either like a turquoise or a purple under UV light. So you can find them really easily and then murder the shit out of them.
Yeah. That guy says, I've pet snakes before, and they're pretty chill.
Oh, snakes are cool.
Yeah, I don't mind snakes.
I don't want to pet a viper or anything. Like, non-venomous snakes, though? I'm cool.
I'll pet a viper if it's been de-venomed.
Yeah, but you can't really do that without, like, killing it.
Yeah.
It's not like declawing another animal, you know?
Yeah.
We're doing well this game. Also, don't declaw animals. It's bad for them.
It's not good, especially cats. It's really not good for them.
Don't do that to cats.
Especially,
Don't do
I was gonna say cats.
Yeah.
Do not.
Don't do that to cats. It's not their fault.
Like, I don't even like removing the dew claws from my dogs.
No.
I would rather just keep them trimmed.
Yeah.
And we do need to keep them trimmed because
We do.
that thing is sharp.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's because it doesn't trail the ground, so it doesn't
Yeah.
get filed at all.
Sage says, I love snakes. Marcus says, I really want to pet alligator. Bunny says, once upon a time, used to have a pet boa.
Cool. See, I don't have anything much against reptiles. Like,
No.
just for safety reasons, I don't
really want a
want to.
lizard.
I don't want to mess with vipers all that much. Like lizards and stuff. Though I love lizards. I used to have lizards.
I want a pet lizard.
Yeah, man, lizards are cool.
I still really want a pet rabbit, but nobody will let me have one.
Like, I would keep like geckos and green anoles that I found like in our yard when I grew up out in the country. A friend of mine had a monitor lizard for a while. Another friend of mine had, I think they're
What is
they're
it?
like
Is it bearded
water.
dragons? Are those the cute ones with the...
Yeah, bearded dragons are cool. A friend of mine also had some water dragons. They were really cool. They're like little miniature iguanas. They're super like cool to play with.
I really, really want a pet bunny, but no one's letting me have a pet bunny.
Because they're hard.
I don't care. Fine, no pet bunny.
Especially while we're living here. Like, we don't have a place for
I
them
know
here.
we don't have a place for them here, which is why I have
like-
resisted now.
There's like nowhere to reinforce. Well, I guess I'll do this wall. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there's
Okay,
armor
I
over there.
guess I
I'm
will.
really far away. Okay, guess I'll die. Oh, speaking of dying, do you guys want to hear a final story?
Sure.
Okay.
You remember the hell final I mentioned that was, like, what was it, 160 questions in 90 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the bells were not rescheduled throughout the day. So,
Ooh.
for the outer two finals,
That's distracting.
3 finals a day, the bells would go off at like halfway through the final.
That's no good.
And during the A-push final, the bell went off, and the teacher decided to play a joke, and she was like, all right, everybody, hand in your test. And there's this moment of shock. It had been 5 minutes, but it felt like 90, and no one
That
was
is-
more than halfway done.
Oh,
That's a
no.
messed up prank, man.
That is.
And like immediately, she's like, "No, I'm kidding. Go back to work." And it was just stunned to silence for a moment, and I just kind of stand up a little bit, and I go, "Wow, I almost cried." And
Like,
the whole class just lost it.
as stressful as high school is, like, don't even mess with that kind of stuff, man.
No.
It's messed up.
That's mean.
Like, I saw the humor, and I thought it was funny. After the fact.
Yeah, like, you can't find that funny till you're done.
Yeah.
Once you're done, then it's funny, but...
I'm getting out of out.
Yeah, they're coming from this front door.
Bunny says, damn right, no pet bunny, we ain't fucking pets. Yes, you are. You are adorable, fluffy, adorable creatures. And you should be loved as such. But I would rather do that than eat them, to be honest.
Yeah, like, people eat rabbit. Like,
I can't.
Savages.
I completely forgot you had that ability.
Saint says, I really should go to bed. Can't even stay awake playing a game. Good night, all.
Alrighty, have a good one, man.
Marcus says,
sorry, dude.
seriously though, I've always wanted a parrot.
I had a parrot. I will never have a parrot again. The thing, and I acknowledge it's partially me. The thing with parrots is they're even more intelligent and more social than people think. They need constant attention.
Yeah.
Like, you need to treat them as though they're a little feathery person that can only kind of talk. You can't treat them like most pets, because they will tell you their displeasure loudly and constantly.
Marcus is heading to bed too.
Alrighty, have a good one, man.
Good night.
Can I shoot through that? I don't think I can.
Let's see. That guy says, also this talk of hunting scorpions in your house reminds me of an old movie called Mousetrap.
I think I saw that. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And that guy says, from my hazy memory, it's two brothers that inherit a string factory in a mansion that houses a mouse. The mouse drives them insane, and they try a bunch of weird shit to try and kill it.
Did see that.
No one else challenged.
Your other left, Ghost. Yeah, your left, not mine, my bad.
And Bunny says, and parrots can outlive your ass.
Yeah, parrots get old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at the window by Ken, kinda.
Okay.
And that guy says, A-Push final, you poor soul. Most important lesson from that class, Andrew Jackson was a terrible person.
He really was.
Shut up, dude. Stop talking.
Nice, Ken.
This
I don't know.
ghostly calm guy needs to stop talking.
I'm gonna silence him.
Yeah.
Obnoxious.
He's giving useful information among a lot of useless information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If he actually said useful information, it'd be useful. It's like, dude, just shut up for a sec.
Oh wow, Ghost, you're just gonna do me like this, huh?
Yep. Yep. Last time. Oh, you're welcome.
Can't believe you would just do me like that.
Yeah. Do you guys have the Russia Day challenge too?
Yep.
Okay.
We all do. Every single person has
Okay.
the same weekly challenges.
Okay.
I'm not going for it, so if you guys want to just
Yeah.
take Spetsnaz,
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's why I'm going Spetsnaz only, like, until I get
Yeah,
it.
same.
Mhm.
Yeah, the daily ones are random per person, although they tend to follow a trend, and then the Uplay ones are universal for everyone.
Gotcha.
Alright, this is archive.
Also, my phone is slowly dying.
Okay.
I'm okay for now, but I don't know how much.
So if we completely lose her phone, then one of you guys may have to help out with chat.
Yeah, no worries. I got it shut up.
Okay, cool.
Cool. For the record, is it just me or do controls feel a bit clunkier now?
They are clunky. The whole game feels clunky.
I don't know, I thought it was just my frame rate.
Everything feels a bit slower.
Yeah, it's like,
So it's not just.
Weird.
and it's not just like, it's the whole game. Like the loading took longer to get into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm waiting for the pudding.
So,
Yeah, pretty much.
so Project Health is having the opposite intended effect, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, that sucks. This sucks, man.
it's gotta either be on the main floor.
Listen. Ghost, hold it. First, Ghost steals my character. Then you steal my line. I almost had a heart attack during an 8-push final. You know what? Fine. I'll just go live in the woods in some random Scandinavian country and die. Okay? Fine.
We finally were successful.
I can't believe
there's-
this entire community is getting disappeared.
Noah?
You just went really robotic for a
Are you
second.
okay?
What?
You went
Hello?
super robotic for a second.
Am I
A little.
A little bit, yeah.
Everything's in your body now.
Damn robots taking our jobs.
Calculates says, if need be and I'm able to stay awake, I can take over for a bit as chat monitor also.
Okay.
Alright,
And
they're
Shield says,
downstairs.
poor Nomad, not having a good
Did
day.
you just shoot that window?
No, I did not actually.
What? Be concerned.
Hello?
Yeah. Alright, I guess we need to go downstairs.
Man, I'm getting hungry again.
Who is the bomb?
Oh, crazy. Oh,
I don't know.
that was the clumsiest kill I've ever gotten. It's got me killed.
I don't have the...
Downstairs we go, I guess. I mean, if we just eliminate them, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah, I think it is elimination. I don't think there is a bomb.
No, there is.
I think it's just secure.
Yeah,
Okay.
secure objective.
Hang on, watch your eyes.
Oh! Wait.
Whoa! Alright, they're right in there. Alright, watch your eyes again. Oh, shit.
Thrown in the corner in the room.
Oh, it's just me. Great.
There's only...
Yep, sorry.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I didn't know.
I was about to say, there's only 2 of them, but there's 3 of them.
Oh!
Ah, damn it.
Damn, he got me with a shock. Oh, he circled around. Shit. Alright, well played.
Ow. Woo! Good job. We did it. We win. Good job, everybody.
Those gun colors, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe Nerf is sponsoring Rainbow Six.
Is this the Dude Perfect DLC?
I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Nothing against Dude Perfect. I actually kind of like those guys. It's just.
They're pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. Just that line hurt.
That guy says, so my parents will be on a plane to Greece about 68 hours from now. So that's nice.
Good times.
Not really.
I mean,
Too bad you don't get to go with them.
the only reason, like, I'm curious, I would love to visit Greece. I just wouldn't because it's never not tourist season there.
No, it's
So-
always tourist season.
Like, I would
Just
want to
like-
see those things.
just
I
like-
just.
Just like going to certain places in Italy.
Yeah.
Like, I want to, but at the same time, there's never not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be. Which is why I'd rather go to smaller Italian towns.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the island in Greece where Arma takes place.
Yeah.
Is that a real island?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Then I forget, where is that creepy island of doom that people just die?
Oh, you mean Poveglia Island?
Not the
or-
one with the snakes.
No. Poveglia is the one where they used to send all the, like, plague victims.
Yes, that one. I'm never going there. Ever. Ever.
It was up for sale a few years
That
ago,
was
too.
there.
I would have bought it.
That place is cursed. I'm pretty sure it's legit cursed.
People really think it is, and
no,
I mean,
I think it's legit cursed.
if any place is,
It's that place.
probably that one.
Yeah. So it says the Kin Squad lives. Let's see. That guy says it's more Eastern Europe being a bit iffy towards Americans. Says that guy.
Wait, what is?
More concerned because it's Eastern. They're going to Eastern Europe, which is a bit iffy towards
Oh,
Americans right now.
Yeah, that's a legit concern.
Grendel says, "I hath returneth."
The man returns. I'm sorry, I left my trumpet in my other pants. Otherwise, I'd give you a fanfare. Just,
Do you even know how to do that though?
I don't know. I'm sure I could figure it out.
Sure. Sure you could.
Where's the objective? Oh, there it is. I was like,
Why?
It's like the
Why am I
objective is
waiting?
here, but where?
it's supposedly in this room. I just don't know where.
And Celtic Knight says, yeah, Ghost Adventures did a show from there.
Yeah.
And yes, it is cursed with those souls who don't know they're dead yet.
I know they're kind of memey, and good God, they say bro way too often. I actually kind of like the Ghost Adventures guys.
Yeah.
They're kind of cool.
I am pretty dang sure that place
Don't lock
is
me out,
just...
please. Not like this.
But, like, okay, that animation does not work for the double doors.
No,
Because
it's-
you're literally putting nails just
in this huge swath of wood.
that doesn't connect to anything. connects to
It's just
nothing at
nails
all.
through like open air.
Celtic Knight says, I left my trumpet in my other pants. Giddy.
Giggity.
But yeah, like I'm pretty sure that island is just straight up cursed. Just
Not,
straight up death, doom, destruction,
Not
murder.
a good place. Not a good place.
Just, I think we can all just be happy to not.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. Just not.
Whoa, alright, they're here a little soon. Uh-oh.
That guy says it's there. You sure it wouldn't be the Titanic or Chernobyl or any Indian burial ground ever? No,
You
I'm
know-
pretty sure it's that island.
Got a fuse on me.
That island is, I think, is more cursed than those places
Oh, come
probably are. 'Cause the Titanic was just unfortunate. I don't think it was cursed.
Yeah. I mean, didn't they also figure out that, like, yeah, the iceberg caused the rupture. The rupture itself really happened because they used shoddy, I think it was rivets.
Yeah, I
Like,
think something was wrong with the riveting.
Like, the vendor kind of cheated them and didn't give them the right kind of rivets, so the welds were, like, weaker or something like that. I don't remember the exact details. I just remember it wasn't actually put together the way it was supposed to.
So it says,
Damn.
I'm getting a new car today.
Hey,
Awesome.
congrats, man.
That guy says, or Alcatraz? Okay, Alcatraz maybe.
Yeah.
Alcatraz is
well,
a different...
According to several, like, past inmates at Alcatraz, they say the place is haunted. And, like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I like to keep an open mind when it comes to that sort of thing. Like, obviously, science has yet to confirm that anything spiritual and supernatural actually exists.
I think it's just a matter of time.
I mean,
Personally.
just because it hasn't gotten proven yet doesn't mean it never will. So, enough people say things along those lines. And yes, people are prone to leap to conclusions. Just look at human history. Even so, there are enough similarities across human history that I think there's maybe something to some of at least the common things that mythology includes around the world.
And I would not be surprised if Alcatraz was haunted.
Yeah, if any place, it's sort of like Poveglia. Like, if any place is, enough terrible shit happened at Alcatraz that
I could believe that.
could leave an impression.
Quite easily, I could believe that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Grendel says, have faith in the man Vi. With a voice like that, he's assuredly the reincarnation of a medieval minstrel. That is true. That is true.
Nay, sir, nay, I am not a minstrel, I am a scald! Proper terminology.
He's a war minstrel, is what he's
Yes.
saying.
Good.
There's the objective.
So it says the human mind is very powerful.
It
If
is.
someone believes something, the mind can make it real.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, for instance, what you're actually seeing at any given moment is
The
largely
conglomeration
comprised...
of your memories of a thing.
Yeah, it's what you remember about the room and the area that you're in. Your mind is piecing those memories together in real time to give you a full panoramic view.
And only focusing on the stuff you're specifically focusing
Yeah,
on.
there's like a small cone at the center of your vision that you're actually actively seeing at any given moment. The rest of it is all comprised of memories.
Yeah, which is why...
Weird to think about.
Which is why you have to train yourself to notice things from, like, the periphery.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise you won't see it.
What the hell?
Because it's based on memory, not necessarily what's actually happening.
Yeah.
I mean, you can train your mind to pay more attention to it, but
It's just hard.
it's hard.
Oh man, I can't get through any of these. Damn.
Man, I'm having a terrible set of rounds. I'm sorry. I'm being useless.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly
It's
at peak
not
performance
okay.
either.
Yeah. Grendel says, oh, well, there's no record of skulls using trumpets, so I guess she was right about you, Ken Smart. Yep.
I'm updating to the modern hardware.
Yeah, I was about to say, my love.
Shut up.
You can't say that to a child.
Shut up.
This is bullying. You want my lunch money too?
Yeah. Yes.
Ow! Was that a cap can explosion? Yep, that was a cap can
Scarlett
explosion.
says,
Yeah.
Only that small cone is in focus and color. The rest is like an old 70s CRT TV.
Yeah.
Yep, which is really weird to think about.
It
but
is.
Yes.
And it kind of delves into like equal parts like psychology, like the science aspect of it, and also somewhat like philosophy in that reality really is a more subjective thing than we think it is as far as our experience of it. Like obviously, as like Neil deGrasse Tyson has said, like the great thing about science is that it doesn't need you to believe it, it's just what's true. Even so though, like what's real to you is really only what matters to you. So.
Yeah. And just because you think something is true
Nice.
doesn't mean that you'll always it
Oh,
will
we
always
lost.
be
Yeah.
something that is true. That guy says, speaking of the human mind, I watched a YouTube video from Full Metal Jacket showcasing Pyle's last scene and saw a comment denouncing the armed forces for only causing more misery. But aggression is part of the human condition.
It is.
In a perfect world, we wouldn't need anything like that, but the world is not perfect, and humans are not perfect.
Well, it's one of my favorite lines, actually, in a game whose writing I've often criticized. In Skyrim, there's actually a line from a character that I don't really like very much, Ulfric Stormcloak. His speech, rather early on, when you arrive at his castle and he's speaking to Galmar, his personal commander dude, when I forget the exact diction of the speech, it's essentially I would gladly retire from the world were such a day to dawn that men like you and I are no longer needed. That is not the world we live in, though. I get that. Even if I don't like his weird, racial prejudices, I get his attitude there.
Yeah. Let's see. Scar says, we are a once predatory species.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, is the smartest animals in the ecosystem of Earth
are all predators.
Almost all predators, or at one time in their evolution were predators.
Yes. Grendel says, I need to break out the Blood Meridian quotes. Here's a tasty quotation. War was always here. Before man was, war waited for him. The ultimate trade awaiting its ultimate practitioner.
I mean, chimps wage war.
Yeah. That guy says, to quote the TF2 sniper, as long as there's still 2 people left on the planet, someone is going to want someone dead.
Yep.
Such a good quote. I
It
love
is. It's
Having trouble over there?
I am. Oh god! No! Fuse now! Fuse now! Why you gotta do me like this? God damn it.
I'm gonna be honest, Team Fortress 2 is such an underrated game in terms of character writing.
It is. The Meet the X series is so well done.
Well, Ghost, this is going well. Oh.
Are we all down?
255, this is going well.
Oh, are you
no.
kidding me?
Well, Noah, all of our hopes and dreams rest upon you.
They put a hole in the floor right underneath your turret.
Well,
Yeah,
damn.
that's right. Wow.
It's all you, Noah. You got this.
You can do it!
I mean, I know there's this other guy,
Look behind you, there's an app.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Nice reflexes.
Wow, that was our first kill.
Oof. There's also that echo in the room that you were looking at. Whoop.
Stars this dinky little pistol and explosives.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh. I was starting to wonder if you could actually clutch it.
I was blinded.
Yeah, I know. That was a really good run, though. For you, at least.
GG. This sucks.
That's what, a couple of total defeats now? God damn.
Wow, that man is Canada.
He really is.
Oh, I'm gonna uninstall. I'm gonna go to middle of nowhere, Utah. I'm gonna bury Mosin Nagant in the soil, and then go in a coma for 20 years. And when I awaken, a rifle will be fine, and I will be needed.
Shit, a rifle is fine.
Oh boy.
Now that was an awful round.
That was. I don't think any of us can claim we were really on the ball there.
No, we all suck. Wow.
Interesting now that the menu dumps us to the main menu for matchmaking.
It gives us a choice.
Does it?
It gives whoever is the lead or whatever a choice whether they want to continue with the same team or if they want to go back into matchmaking.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
And since I didn't like any of those people we're playing with, what's the best menu?
I approve.
If you don't click one of those, like if say I'm away from game, in that thing, it will dump you back to the menu though.
Gotcha.
But it looks like it keeps you guys with me no matter what.
Which is good. Yeah, that's definitely.
Because that was always a clunky hiccup in their matchmaking in earlier versions.
It seems like they finally figured that part out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says, like those ex-Viet Cong AK-47s from Vietnam, 30 years later, plowed up out of the mud and ran a full mag.
Yep.
That guy says to relive the glory days of TF2. Let's list some quotes, shall we?
Please, after Lost Stream, I do not want another quote-heavy stream.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
God.
Please don't. Please, I beg
Dad?
you.
What? Do I want? I don't want to know, do I? I'm guessing I don't want to know.
The joke was taken a little far in some previous streams.
Okay.
People looked up
Yeah.
stupid laws and it clogged chat to the point where real messages couldn't get through.
Yeah.
Pretty
So,
much.
no mas of that.
It started on your guys' channel, then it went to my channel.
It hasn't happened to me yet, but that's because I haven't streamed in 5 a.m.
Don't worry, it's gonna happen next time you stream. Don't worry, the first time.
I'm gonna block you
I
before
will
I stream.
start it. Nope,
I'm
I
gonna
will
block
start
you
it.
before I stream. No,
Uh-uh.
no.
You won't be able
I'm
to.
gonna break into your house and smash your keyboard.
Good luck.
I guess it's oh shit, the law stream.
Ghost and I are good friends.
I'm gonna...
This is just this is how we bond, you know.
So it says no, it doesn't want quote Stram 2.0.
No, I don't. No one else
Neither.
does either.
Neither do I, to be honest with you.
That is a bouncy little thing.
Ah, there we go.
Anyone here use doors? Oh, I'm locked out. Tight. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks.
Ooh, this is actually a good place.
Yeah, except we locked Noah out.
Yeah,
He's
that's
out there by himself,
fine.
alone.
So I'm reinforcing above y'all.
Okay.
Floor reinforced.
But he says, I am the law.
You know the law. And the law.
Uh-oh. There's a weird law.
That guy, I'll kill you. I swear to God.
Seriously, like Dawn Stars.
I will kick your keyboard out of your hands.
Alright, I won't read it. To save you guys your sanity.
Beware, there's an explosion right there, just in case they get past you.
Oh, what now? Oh,
Right there,
oh,
Nora.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have
Just
to
in
be
case
honest,
they,
though.
in case they kill you,
Yeah,
we'll,
okay. Good
they'll
call.
explode.
You know, I have to be honest though, some of these weird laws, they're so specific. I'm like, there's a story
Oh,
behind
yeah.
this.
We have covered
I
that.
know. I'm like,
You just weren't there for
no.
it.
It's like, why? Just why all the time? Except then I remember, we're humans, that's why.
No, yeah, people are petty, so. Like, as much as we try not to, we are.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? I know I put rounds on that man.
Yeah, here's a shield.
This guy says the law quote is Judge Dredd, right?
That's
Oh, yeah.
what it's-
Yeah.
I forget the name of the actor that delivered it. He's sort of like an underappreciated actor. Wasn't he also the villain in True... Not True Lies. Crap. Eraser? Or, I don't know. something
Grendel
like
says, was just trying to upload some stuff to my Imgur account so I could put an image on the Fallout 4 Nexus. But I found some beautiful old pictures.
that. Cool.
I wish I could click it, but I'm on my phone. Which sadly means that if I click it, and it will go to a different app, and then I will lose connection entirely.
Oh, it's Mitten with, as a tooth fairy with a pair of pliers.
Oh, I remember those.
With a white tutu and wings.
I remember those.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
those old pictures. Got
Oh,
it.
and then the Muscle Man kid.
Yeah, go through the wall. Oh, help.
Oh, I
Guys
see.
on my side.
Should I hop out there or hold position? Well, that answers that.
Don't go for
No,
me. Don't go
no,
for me.
no, no,
Yeah.
let me.
Yeah, stay in here.
It's like, no, never mind. JK.
Abort!
Grendel
They're in the
says
sky
Carl
right there.
Urban.
Okay.
I figured.
No, that wasn't Carl Urban. That was someone else. Carl Urban was Dredd in the new movie.
Headshot.
We're not talking about the new movie.
No, we're talking about the
old
original.
one.
The guy that did
Nice.
the... Jeez, that was a good shot.
That was pure luck.
That was the guy that did
That one,
in
actually.
the original movie the ridiculous delivery of the line.
That's
Such
not how normal
meme.
people talk.
Celtic Knight says Stallone.
Well, Stallone was Dredd in the first one. Or I'm talking about the villain of the first one.
Wow. I don't remember.
That was me, actually.
Let's see. Judge, Dredd, villain.
Because I know that guy's face, I just can't remember his name.
Doesn't have one.
The man with no name.
Cast.
Locate the biohazard container.
Tell y'all what, it's 10:30, and I really wish I could go to Red Robin right now.
Yeah, we got.
Let's have an LP meetup at a Red Robin.
Hell yeah, man.
I could
One
go
of these
for that.
days.
Honestly, I'm hungry. Why did you have to say that?
I am so sorry. I'm hungry too.
We'll all suffer together.
No!
That's what
Scarlett
friends are
says,
for.
Stallone had a random part in the latest Guardians movie.
Did he really? Oh yeah, didn't he play?
5 seconds.
Was he the one that was cast as Star-Lord's father? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Actually, don't
I
tell
think
us.
so. The guy was actually. I mean, the movie was actually really good.
That's what I've heard.
Wrong.
That guy says yum.
Like, a lot of what I've heard from folks, like, even the more negative ones, is like, well, it's more of the same. I'm like, well, the same was pretty damn good, so that's alright.
Right. I don't remember what the
Yeah.
freaking boss's or the freaking villain's name was.
Stallone wasn't the
What he
villain.
was.
Stallone just made a random cameo.
Oh, did he? Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's always kind of interesting to watch, like, large-name actors do that. Because, like, Samuel L. Jackson used to do that a lot. He would have, like,
Cameos.
tiny little parts in large movies, like in Coming to America, for instance.
Oh, Stallone was a random pirate leader.
Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, in Coming to America, Samuel L. Jackson was just like some dude that decided to like hold up a McDonald's, and then Eddie Murphy kicks his ass with a mop.
Yep.
McDonald's deserved it.
Probably, honestly.
Speaking of pirates,
Yeah.
a game I didn't know was in existence.
Ah.
The one.
Oh yeah, the Sea of Thieves.
Yes,
That looks
want it.
so good.
Gotcha.
Want it, but I don't know what it's on.
I'm not sure either. Ooh,
There's gonna
damn.
be a guy through there.
Good shot.
Careful.
There's one hanging out at the top of the stairway.
Let's see if there's a way for me to go around.
Oh, I just got killed down.
Oh, good.
Yeah, watch your ass right up here. Whoa, there he is.
Oh!
And there he goes. He's good.
It's like I'm walking through pudding. Wow. Oh, that's well played on his part.
I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't play it for a week or so during the move and stuff. I'm not actually noticing much of a performance difference.
It doesn't feel like performance. Everything feels more sluggish for some reason.
Huh.
I think that's more. I think that's more your imagination, honestly.
It might be because I've been playing Overwatch lately, and it's so
That's probably it. Because like I said, honestly, I'm not seeing much of a difference in like animations and timing and stuff.
yeah. It's probably just I'm used to like flying around at 30 miles a second.
Like I do remember there was a day where I played a lot of Dirty Bomb, and then I switched over to this, and I'm just like, oh god, this game is in slow motion.
Am I wearing lead boots?
Probably.
Yes. And Ghost, I got it like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah. It was.
We've got to play then.
All right,
Yes.
somebody gets to do chat relay 'cause I have got to go to that.
Ghost, you want to do
Okay.
it, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah,
Oh, and Scarlett says,
Okay.
have you talked about the state of your recording setup yet? I'm just wondering about the white wall unlighting. We did at the very beginning, but no one was here yet, so I will let Ken reiterate.
Yeah, the short recap
yeah.
of the recording setup is this is not finished. I still have to hang up the dark contrast sheet. Honestly, I thought about postponing streaming tonight because we're not fully set up yet. And I was just like, no, I miss it so much. So we decided to allow for a slightly incomplete setup. And also, I understand you can probably hear a little more echo than normal. This is the same office as the old setup. We just don't have all of our like shelves and stuff set up yet. That with all the like stuff on them usually absorbed a lot more of the sound and the echo. So until we get those fully set up, which I plan on having done earlier than this coming Friday, then the sound isn't quite perfect yet. So as for when to expect the channel to really fully come online again, as far as like releasing stuff daily once again, I'm hoping that the start of this coming week is once I can get ready for that. And I'll reiterate what I said in the vlog, that yes, the first series I'm going to start, now that we're resettled, is indeed Clear Sky. I am going to record a few one-offs first, just to make sure that everything's working well. And then once I'm convinced that the level of quality is ironed out again, then I'm going to start into Clear Sky, because God, I want to play it so much! And I know a lot of you guys want me to as well, so... This is not actually...
Need help.
good. Where are you?
There's a dude on me.
Okay.
It's right where I marked.
Alright, you know what?
Oh.
I'm just going to take my turret.
Okay, carefully got him. Bless.
I'm coming to you.
Alright. Yeah, I'm good now, but it'll be good to have backup.
Okay, coming to you. Actually, I'm going to set up my Chonka turret here.
Go for it, go for it.
Okay, I'm back. I'm assuming we have caught up with everything on chat.
Yeah. Oop. Well, I guess I can't set my Chonka turret up here.
So we're just gonna make shuffling noises for a bit.
Yeah, apparently. We're just going to do a little interpretive dance. It's all good.
Yep. It's all good.
Anyone
It's all good
outside?
in the hood.
Alright, we're good.
You know, I just realized something funny.
Hmm.
We can't say we're gonna go to Chili's after this because we've already been.
Yeah, we went to Chili's for like lunch/early dinner. I don't know what we're
Did
gonna
you
do for dinner
guys
tonight.
not go to restaurants multiple times a day sometimes?
The same one multiple times in one day? No,
No,
not.
not usually. No.
I like Chili's. I don't like it that much.
Don't say that. We have done it
Here's
before.
That's true.
Here's
We
the
have.
problem.
You
My
can't say that if
neighborhood.
we've done it.
That's fair.
The problem is my neighborhood has about 2 restaurants. And then a third restaurant that will rotate about every 2 years because no business stays open because there's no foot traffic here. So you have a few chains, which I don't like eating at. You got 2 unique restaurants, which I'm already sick of because they have been rotated out and failed. And then you got the restaurant that always does fail. So it's a very
Yes.
interesting dynamic here.
There's a few of those like poor locations around here that it never fails. They always go under after a few months. Like there's a Mexican restaurant that it just keeps changing hands.
Though
It'll
considering there's a hotel going in right next to it now,
that should help.
that should help. Assuming anyone buys it,
Yeah,
and it has stood empty for several months now.
yeah. That restaurant has actually sat empty for almost a year now.
Yeah, one time an actually good place opened up and I went there twice in a day and I felt terrible, but it was good. It was worth it. And I've never felt such satisfaction since.
So Scarlet says, so once you are set up, will there be more Fallout 4 stream?
After a couple of weeks, because I think you may have missed it earlier. She's still a little shook up about the Scorpion thing, and so does not want to run into them in game until we're a little farther away from that experience.
At least a week, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But
So
once that point is reached, then yes.
once she reaches the point where it is therapeutic to empty a combat shoddy into one, then we're good to go. She's just not there yet.
Might be basement, it seems.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Shield says, my grandparents used to eat at this one restaurant until they closed it, at least 3 or 4 times each day.
Holy crap.
Excuse
Wow.
me?
That gets expensive.
Wait. 3 to 4? They threw in an extra meal for the day? They go there
I'm
for
guessing
snacks
it's
and order a little baggie
I'm
of pretzels?
assuming it's snack.
What about second breakfast?
I don't like that.
Dinner?
No, it's
supper?
It's
Luncheon?
afternoon tea. That's what it
I
is.
think
It's
they might be
afternoon tea.
middle floor.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know where the hell they are.
Sorry,
Because
it's Scorpions,
I got
that's right.
blasted middle floor.
Ah, okay.
Shield says dessert.
Ah, okay.
See, dessert, that's true. Dessert should be its own meal.
That's fair, yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a restaurant
Yeah,
for a meal
yeah,
and wanted dessert, but always was too full to get it.
Like, especially if you get an
Sometimes-
appetizer.
Sometimes you really do have to just go to a restaurant for dessert.
Like,
Just for
appetizers...
dessert.
Appetizers are the anti-dessert.
They are the anti-dessert. They're the dessert you get to start with.
Yeah.
I guess.
We're getting philosophical on this stream. Appetizers are the anti-dessert. Ginsmark 2017.
Is
Of
this
course,
your standard
if you
for
have an
philosophy?
appetizer, you're probably not getting dessert.
Yeah.
Because if you have an appetizer and a meal, there's not going to be any room for dessert. So if you want dessert, you cannot have an appetizer. Unless you order your dessert first and it comes out as your appetizer. Which I guess.
I'm going to have to disagree here. I think that only applies if you're weak. I think with pure strength of will, as I have demonstrated at Red Ramen, you can indeed get pretzel bites, a burger, and get the weird fudge stick things they have that are really
The weird fudge stick. They're so good.
They are. What are they called? Fruffles?
I don't.
Yes, they're called
Yeah, that's
Fruffles.
right.
They're called
I remember
Fruffles.
remarking how ridiculous the name was.
They are called
I feel
Fruffles.
like that's it. I feel like they were like, this is going to get people real mad when they named them, and they were like, good, they'll get them talking. It's free marketing.
Yeah, probably not wrong.
It's such an awful name.
Intentionally
but
lame
it's so
names.
good.
Grendel says, in my hometown, we have a particular building that always becomes a pizza joint that lasts for about 4 months or so and inevitably gets shut down for some health code violation.
Ooh, that's not good.
That means there's something wrong with the building.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant here that I've never seen not get health coded, and people still go there like so often. I'm like, stop.
So it says, I'm about to build a new PC. Once I do, I'm going to start my own Fallout 4 stream. Improvised
Nice.
weapons only and no rat-away.
Good times.
That guy says, so
yeah,
Kin,
we got a boy behind us.
some advice for Clear Sky's faction system.
Yeah.
Don't. Unless you side with duty or freedom, avoid it. The loners and bandits are always next to each other to attack, and both are too weak to effectively handle wildlife.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Well,
Wow,
But
we
duty.
lost again.
then I shall join the duty scum once again.
Yay, we lost. Yay.
Can we just always join duty? Can that be our? Just...
I mean, I'm very much like loners and duty when it comes to my alliances.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the loners aren't strong enough.
Yeah, they were kind of. That's actually good advice.
I can help them, like at least those.
Yeah. Nothing says you have to be one team.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, let's just
I can help
let's
each other.
faction with duty.
Just, I mean, at the end of the day, really, it comes down to screw Monolith because they shoot first. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind them, and screw Freedom because screw Freedom.
I don't like the freedom.
Angry, violent hippies, the lot of them. Lot of them? Lot of them. There we go.
What was that?
I don't know.
I think maybe we've been streaming a little too long at this point or something because we're clearly not back in the groove yet. If you're
I mean, I just gotta.
messing up words already.
I'm just a little rusty, you know.
We should all just leave Siege and just talk and see how absurd it gets. I'd be down.
But it's Switch. We have to game.
Having done that off camera in the past, I know where that leads.
Let's not.
Where does it lead, Ken? Let us know.
It
Where
leads
does
to
it lead?
places that we might
It-
get demonetized on YouTube.
Very much.
Wow, what kind of conversations do you guys have when I'm not around?
It leads to the sharing
You're
of
usually around.
memes and
No.
jokes and photos on Discord with one-upmanship out the ass.
Pretty that's fair.
Let's see. Grendel says you guys should have kept a Windex bottle full of vodka for scorpion defense. Doesn't stop them from invading your home en masse, but it's a great conversation starter.
I think the scorpions are a good conversation starter, to be honest.
I like your logic.
That guy says
And-
freedom is awesome! And Scarlet says freedom. Anarchist bastards.
And Scarlett, I haven't forgotten your suggestion with what to do with the Russian roulette game. We're still going to do that. I just hadn't set things up for it. So, one
I'm
one
not
evening,
sure I want to know.
I've already told you.
I don't remember it. I'm not sure I want to remember.
You remember the Russian roulette game I played?
Yes, I remember that.
Having 6 shot glasses, 5 of water,
Oh, and
1
one
with
of
vodka,
vodka, and then
and then
taking
take
a
a shot
shot.
every time I get shot during the Russian roulette thing. That way it's paced out so that I'm not going to get totally thrashed. It's still got a gamey aspect to it, though.
Well,
I think that'd make for a fun stream.
Yeah, we need to do something with the camera though.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, did I ever get chat back?
Oh, well, yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I've got chat back.
Oh sweet. It's like in the middle of shooting. Oops.
Yeah, now we're good.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Can you run the Russian roulette concept by me once again? Like, front to end?
Okay, did you see the video I made about the indie game that was like Russian Roulette Tournament, I think it was called?
I have not seen that, no.
Okay, it's essentially, it's what it sounds like. It's a game about playing Russian roulette in like the underground criminal like club scene.
Okay.
and your whole thing is to like make it through this tournament ladder alive and with the main pot of money.
Right.
So the concept that Scarlet put forward that I like the sound of is
Every time he ends up shooting himself on accident.
yeah, every time I lose, essentially, take a shot, and 5 of the 6 shots, like a revolver cylinder, of course, thematically.
Will be water, and the other one will be vodka.
Yeah. That way, odds are I'm probably just going to hit shots of water. There's the chance, though, that I'm going to get vodka. I think that could make for a fun stream.
You know, the first one's gonna be vodka, and you're gonna like spit it all over your screen.
Yeah, probably.
No, I can take straight shots of vodka. That
Let's
doesn't.
see. That guy says about freedom. There's a nice large base in a strategic location. Sniper rifle usage up the wazoo. Always chill and nice radio music.
Yeah.
That's true, but I don't like everything else about freedom. Everything else.
You get the
rest of it.
You get the nice radio music at the duty base too.
Yeah.
You get freaking Fire Lake, man.
Yeah. Bunny says
Fire
so.
Lake's amazing.
So I'm thinking of reinstalling Chivalry, but there's a problem. I have no friends to play it, and I don't want to play pubs because they exploit the shit out of the hitbox, and playing bots gets boring after a while. So it's reinstall Chivalry or jump into a Witcher.
Both at once.
I mean, yeah, there you go.
Man, we're losing hard.
Ow.
Ken, let me tell you. Here's why that game sounds repulsive to me if I were in the position of being both legal age and playing it. Smelling nail polish remover already makes me want to blow my brains out.
Vodka doesn't smell
Good
like that.
vodka doesn't smell like that, though.
Like the taste.
Good vodka doesn't taste
Again,
like it
yeah,
either.
there is a difference
It's
from like
the
the $10
God,
grocery
no.
like
Yeah.
the
that isn't
gas
vodka.
station
That
vodka.
should not be called vodka
That is
because
gas vodka.
it's terrible.
It's not gas station vodka, it's gasoline.
It's
I will also
not.
be-
As soon as you pay, 30 and up, it starts tasting
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
different.
And
I
I
will
found
also
that out the hard way because I had good vodka first, so I'm like, I like vodka.
Yeah.
So we went to a party and vodka was offered, and I'm like, I
Ooh.
like vodka. No,
No,
it was
the
the cheap vodka, and I'm like, this isn't right. This
now
is
the
not.
the chick that provided that vodka was interested only in getting drunk, not in actually enjoying the drinking of vodka.
I will give you the additional context of, and I swear this is not just a PR lie, this is 100% true. I have never had alcohol in my life.
That's okay.
That's fine. I'm not about to pressure you to start. I'm just
Nothing
saying.
wrong
No,
with
that's
that.
it, but the point I'm making is like I have no clue what the actual metric
Okay.
is. So I smell nail polish remover, and I'm like, okay, that's vodka.
It's
That's Everclear.
that's Everclear. Don't drink Everclear
Do not drink Everclear straight, for the love
Ever.
of God.
ever. No matter what they tell you, unless it's literally life and death, and I do mean literally. Don't drink it clear. Like, don't just don't.
I don't know how much of these words mean.
Actually,
Everclear is a very, very high proof alcohol that is made for mixing, not for drinking straight. It's too strong to drink straight.
yeah, it's and it tastes nasty.
It does.
It's called Everclear because you should be able to see through it when you drink it.
Yeah, it is crystal clear like water.
It is. Let's see. Bunny says, bro, chocolate flavored vodka is the shit.
I've never tried it. We
That
have some
sounds
chocolate
del-
wine
That
downstairs.
sounds delicious.
It actually
That
does.
sounds delicious. That guy says, let's be honest though, Bandit has the best radio. The Bandit camps have the best radio.
Sorry, wrong.
You mean the dudes with the guitars?
Grendel says, to be fair, given how well you play, you would probably get blasted regardless.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I did not have a high success rate in that game.
No, let's see. So it says, so Ken, you're 63 away from 4,000 subs. How do you feel? Shoved Mike forward.
Really relieved, considering I was worried we would hemorrhage subscribers during the week we went dark. Instead, we actually climbed a small amount. We didn't lose any, though. I'm sure we did. The amount that we gained in that time outweighed the amount we lost, though. So I was just like, yes! The channel didn't die while I was away!
Yeah. When he says that and whipped cream flavored vodka is also good.
Ooh, I've never had that either.
Grendel says, hey, you want to taste some tasty alcohol? I picked up a whiskey the other day that has iodine listed on the flavor comparison.
She can't have that. She's allergic to
No,
iodine.
it's on the flavor comparison.
Oh.
So it tastes like iodine.
Ugh.
I took chem lab, and rule 1 was don't taste the iodine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. BA slash says, hey, tip when deploying things, just hold the button, and if you see a white dot where the crosshair is, then you can deploy it there.
Oh, good to know. Thank you, Slash.
Thank you.
I did not know that. I am happy that I do now.
Scarlett says, I went dark throughout my own move, and after, I gained a net 75 subs. I have no idea how. Magic.
I actually saw a tweet from Matthias, another prolific YouTuber, just today, in fact, that one of his side channels he didn't upload to for like a month, and then he actually saw like a curve upswing of traffic during the month that his channel was dark. I think the algorithm has changed such that it's trying to like incentivize creators to like return to their channels or something. I don't know exactly the reasoning. It does seem like channels that haven't uploaded in a while actually see an increase in algorithmic like push as compared to really active channels. I don't know exactly why.
Maybe trying to get more just.
Or it may also be a measure to help out the channels that only upload like once a week, like say GT Live, or not GT Live, Game Theory.
Yeah.
Or like Nostalgia Critic, those kind of channels.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Ones that have the high
they're around the
production
corner.
quality but lower,
Yeah.
slower schedule, like Brutal Moose
Yeah.
or.
Or Cat Icarus.
Yeah.
Okay, he's hiding on the other side of that portal.
The doorway across the way. Oh, there he went.
Yeah.
I
The
saw
one
you.
Vera. He was hiding in that little portal. No, now he's upstairs.
You're gonna have
He's
to
right
do
above
something.
you.
He's gonna try and
Watch
go
out,
around.
he's right
there.
above you.
Okay.
And it's
20 seconds.
it's the alternate for Kavita.
Whoa!
I don't remember what his name is. Cigar dude.
There we go.
Noise.
Eat the frickin' dirt, Capital!
There you go. Tap it down. That's what it is.
Scar says maintain diversity rather than favoring the big few. It incentivizes smaller channels to stick with it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't see a flaw in that arrangement. I just thought it was a peculiarity
Yeah.
to notice.
That guy says, so, since I have Shadow of Chernobyl installing, any early
Continue.
game advice? I already know to use a shotgun for bloodsuckers.
Yes. Early game advice, not to plug my own video or anything, just to give you an idea of where to find it. In the loner town that you start in, there is a house at like the far left corner that in the attic, you have to kind of like parkour your way up onto the roof.
There's a good little stash of supplies.
Yeah, there's a crate that if you can manage to either shoot it or reach it with a knife to open it, there's a set of like a merc vest in there. It's great early game armor. Get that. Other than that, I would say don't get too excited about finding like good weapons like as soon as you find them, because of course if you can't find adequate ammo for them, well, having
There's
a
only
cool
so much you can do with it.
yeah, like having a cool AK is nice. If you can't feed it, well, it doesn't really help you all that much.
Yeah.
So wait until you've got good, sufficient ammo to start using new platforms as you find them.
Yeah. Grendel says, that's like the nicest thing I've ever heard anybody say about YouTube's sorting algorithms. Your comment about it
Oh,
being...
well.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm relieved over the last couple of months, let's give it a realistic window, that a lot of the complaints and problems that are coming out of YouTube aren't necessarily YouTube's fault. They're from other things. Like the adpocalypse. Not really all that much on YouTube. For once.
Though to be fair, it kind of sort of... It's a little bit because of their demonetization algorithms that have such a broad definition of the
They
things
do.
that should be demonetized that it doesn't actually, like, it's not actually accurate,
Yeah.
which is a problem.
That's starting to taper off, though, from what I can tell. Because a lot of folks that are seeing monetization problems are now seeing that they nominally still have monetization. There are just no ad campaigns to fill the slots for their like demographic.
Though for a while, it was because of
Yeah,
there.
for a while it was that. Very much so.
Let's see. Scott says, great gun without ammo equals fancy bat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Slash says, compared to last year when they unsubbed us from people we haven't watched for some time.
Yeah, that was not good. Or when they suddenly, like, auto-shunted a lot of people into the, I forget what they call it, like the mature or the filtered category, and then didn't tell anyone that they even put that feature
That
auto
there even
on.
was.
Yeah, that was not cool.
Yeah.
Op 4 eliminated all friendly.
Oh, he was right there. Oh, crap. Damn.
Oh god, that gun.
Little hideous. Sorry, I couldn't hear you over that pattern.
That guy says, yeah, I was well off early on in Clear Skies. Since I sided with the loners, I got a nice discount on a SEVA suit and snagged plenty of AR ammo from a military outpost in the cordon.
Save-A suit's the way to go,
Save-A
man.
suits are pretty boss.
I know people love their exos in Stalker. I don't much like them because I can't sprint in an exo.
No.
I need my nobility? Mobility, even though I'm a nobleman.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh,
I
man.
think the Save-A suits are
I
best.
need to maintain that ability to run.
Shout out to that mod like ability mod that lets you run in exos.
Is there a thing for that?
I think it's in Call of Pripyat.
Oh.
It's way end game though.
Okay, gotcha.
Is it bad that my favorite part of Stalker was artifact hunting?
Mine was probably monster hunting.
But they
Like-
usually were one and the same.
Yeah, this is true. Like, as much as I kind of made a show of I hate bloodsuckers, they are fun to hunt. Can't deny that.
If you don't kill bloodsuckers with a knife, honestly, you're a punk.
That guy says, did anyone else just stop doing stream audio?
I hope not.
Are we having audio issues?
There's a little bit of, there's like a moment where audio kind of freaked out.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I already get on? Yes, I did. Hi, Meta. Okay. A little exposed here. I've got a great viewpoint, though, so...
Grendel is still getting audio fine. So
Okay.
hopefully it was just a momentary...
Yeah, maybe it was just a Twitch server hiccup.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Uplay. An update for the crew is available. Okay.
Wait,
Oh,
is it an
that's
update that will actually have them stop telling us about the...
About the DLC? Yeah,
that
I
we
doubt
don't
it.
have? Scar says, I remember when you went Croc Hunter with the Master Slayer and a shot bounced off a bloodsucker's head.
God, that was terrifying. And I did have fun with some of my, like, Man vs. Wild and Croc Hunter spoof segments.
Those are my favorite segments, actually.
Like the one I did in Salt.
Yes, like that literally was my favorite.
Those were fun.
I'm gonna be honest, I really want the
Ow.
Seas of
Ow.
whatever.
Sea of Thieves?
Yes,
I really want that.
Ow.
I don't even know, the thing is I don't even know what platforms it's gonna be on.
Really.
Oh, heck, damn it.
Damn.
I really want it on PC.
That was a good play. Ain't even mad. That was good.
Oh, that guy says, so what was said? I lost audio halfway through saying the Sava. We like Sava suits better because it lets us sprint.
Yep.
Sava suits are boss.
I like Savas over Exos because I favor mobility.
Haha, y'all are weak. I'm flexing in my exo suit. Can you say the same, freedom scum?
I'm outrunning you and running circles around you.
That's cool, I'm shooting you in the back.
Fair response.
That is a fair response.
I wish you could just wear a Save suit under your exoskeleton and be extra comfy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Layers.
Can we go
Well,
back to
that's-
Morrowind? No.
That's actually what I'm doing with, and I know I'm opening a can of worms even mentioning it.
Oh no!
the-
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it!
The Tabletop Stalker, which has very much taken a low priority over the last few months with everything else going on. I'm making exos essentially like an attachment for any other type of armor.
So you can wear it over your other armors.
Yeah. Because I don't see why it's anchored to the armor underneath it. Like, you could just unscrew it, put it on a new thing, and then ta-da.
So here's my question.
Hmm?
Can you stack exos?
No.
Wow. Sorry, I don't want to play Pathfinder anymore.
Yeah, I'm also curious to hear what they're going to do with Starfinder, because that's about to come out.
I have heard something that makes me a little concerned.
Hmm.
I have heard that they are putting bounded accuracy as one of the major core tenets of Starfinder.
Remind me what that term refers to?
It's essentially bonuses don't go up past a certain
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Because they want things to remain dangerous the whole time, but sometimes it makes it feel samey.
And they're also... I can see the pros and cons to another thing that they announced. They're removing from, like, weapon enchantments and stuff, and even armor, I think. They're removing the ability to just put, like, +1 through 5 on it. Every enchantment is, like, a thing. Like, it does something.
Well, I can see that, and honestly, that doesn't bother me too much as long as they adjust the rest of the system to account for that.
Yeah, each
That's
of these...
the problem. That's the thing, is you can't... Because Pathfinder was based on 3.x, which the scaling bonuses are a major point of 3.x. If you keep the base but you don't adjust it and you change something like, getting rid of those bonuses, it's gonna mess things up.
It throws the balance off hard.
So I'm hoping they balanced it properly.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the complaints I had about 5th edition D&D, was the bounded accuracy. It was because a lot of the time, you didn't really feel like you necessarily got a whole bunch stronger. You know what I mean?
Oh, there we go. That's what Slash was talking about.
As you went up in level.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you didn't feel necessarily that you got a lot better at the things you were doing. You just got more things to do.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily bad. It's just not necessarily what I would prefer.
Yeah, it's a different style.
It's a different style than what I like, and I would have to have changed it as the DM.
They're also doing
we'll see.
They're hacking HP up into, I forget the term for it. It's like there's essentially 2 meters now. There's a meter for health and a meter for stamina. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do.
I bet stamina's gonna be it's the stuff that gets hit first.
Probably.
It's probably going to go with the whole idea of, your luck plus your speed and your ability to dodge heavy hits.
So it's more like combat fatigue than necessarily injury.
Yeah, and then when you run out of the ability to do that, or I guess if it takes enough of a chunk of that, then you get physically hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm anticipating.
They probably are doing that to avoid the mental weirdness of getting, really badly hurt, but then being okay by
still actually having all of your faculties.
Yeah, and then just slapping on a med pack or something and being totally fine.
Yeah, because that is a weird aspect of Pathfinder and 3.0 is
the
that
thing is nobody can decide what HP really is.
Exactly, because you can have 1 HP left and still fight at exactly the same peak efficiency as always.
Yeah, and of course that all depends on how are you describing it as the DM. What exactly is going on? How do you mentally take it? Because HP it's not just meat points. It's not just your physical form. It's your luck, your ability to dodge.
Yeah, it's... Oh, God!
Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Go! Go! Go!
It's a combination of that and, fatigue.
Yeah.
Oh, where are they?
And because that combination is sort of... They're coming in from right where I was.
Yep. Glass.
Drone.
Shit.
But yeah. But
Oh, God.
That to me is
Oh, no. Incoming glass. Ow. This glass is good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ow.
Hear that?
Damn. Damn. Dat glass, though. Holy shit.
Ooh, dang it. That would have been such a good play if I'd done it a moment earlier.
Oof.
That
Whoa!
Whatever.
That
was
gun
silly
though
at least. I'll
is
give
so.
that a-
But yeah,
I'll give that a
like
good round.
I want Starfinder and I want to see what it does with it. I'm a little bit hesitant about some of the choices they've made.
Yeah, I mean, knowing some of the people that I know are on the design staff, I hope, knowing the expertise that these people have taken to past projects and more recent projects,
It will
that
be okay.
they've addressed some
Yeah.
of the flaws inherent to some of the things that they're doing.
Well, that's part of why I don't like 5th edition, like D&D, like straight up 5th edition, is because I'm not overly fond of the simplification.
Yeah, it
I
just
think they went overly simplified because
it seems really samey.
it does, and that's a complaint that several people have, is that like if you have a specific class, like a melee class feels like a melee class regardless of which class you use to get there, and there's not a whole lot of customization for each character of each type, sort of thing. And I'm not overly fond of the, like, I don't mind the scaling bonuses. Like, to me, that doesn't bother me any. Now, I can understand why it might bother other people, but it doesn't specifically bother me. But I don't like overall bounded accuracy in general, simply because I like getting to the point where a mob of goblins can be taken out by one character of a sufficiently high level because you're that badass.
Well, I mean, like, that's
Like, to me, that's part of the heroic journey, is going back to these old things that used to be a threat, and they're just not anymore.
yeah, that's actually something. I was ironically reading a thread last night about some of the, like, laughably terrible statted up versions of otherwise popular PCs from 3rd edition. Like, if you look at Drizzt's stats,
Oh, they're terrible.
they're god-awful. He's a terribly optimized character, even though, of course, in the novels, he's presented as, like, a really capable, powerful person.
Yeah. Okay. But by the way, Bob is here.
Hey!
He says, "Boys, I failed the driver's exam today, and I'm ready to die."
Aw, sad times, man. Sorry to hear that.
Yep.
And, like, one of the things that people mentioned with Drizzt was, like, he seems powerful in the novels because he's probably way over-leveled for the usually, like, super low-level stuff that he's just fighting en masse.
Yeah.
Like, taking out a horde of orcs. Okay, he's, like, in the teens of levels, and he's fighting CR1 creatures. Of course he seems awesome.
Yeah. And you know what? That's fine. It's just, you know, I like to have the ability to get there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like,
No, I see what you mean.
so, like, to me, that was one of the issues. That and I hate the fact that, and this is just 5th edition, as far as I'm aware, this isn't happening with Starfinder that I know of, but the idea that monsters use different rules
Yeah, I don't like that.
than PCs. Now, that's not to say that player characters should have all the abilities you can get as a monster, but I like there to be...
No, I think they should operate within the same set of rules.
Yeah. And in 5th edition, they don't. And that,
Whoa,
bothers me.
Oh shit, he's on the stairs.
That bothers specifically me. But yeah.
Oh, this is Clem again. This guy's good. This is the same guy that was Glaz last time.
Let me see. I'll get back to the Starfinder and Pathfinder stuff.
Okay.
I want to catch up to some
Okay.
chat first. Bob says it was my intermediate. It wasn't even my fault, which is the sucky part. Apparently,
Ooh.
you have to give right of way to people who start breaking the law.
Well, that sucks. So some jackass screwed you over? That's no bueno, man.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
That sucks.
Bunny says, I'm hoping all of you are warming up your PPCs and loading up your autocannons because there's a new BattleTech game coming out. Grengle says, it shows on Steam that you guys own Rage. Was wondering, did you guys play it? Have any technical problems with it on the PC? Really want to play it, but it keeps making my PC freeze completely.
I didn't have any technical problems with it, and to answer your question, yeah, and I actually started a series on it that was around the same time that I sort of had my, like, existential crisis where I changed my name from my old screen name to the new one. And I had started that series under the old name. And I couldn't, like, for my mental like well feeling, I couldn't keep using that name, so I sort of just abandoned that series, and I hated having to do it because I really liked the game. So I'm actually planning on restarting from scratch that series sometime in the next few months, because I know people enjoyed watching it, and I enjoyed playing it. So yeah, I didn't have any performance issues. Yeah, I am. I didn't have any performance issues with it, so I don't know what to tell you there.
I don't think you had enough space in that corner.
I think I put my shield down too close.
Yep.
Glad's by the window where I went down.
Okay.
Bob says he was in the left-hand turning lane of oncoming traffic, and I was making a left-hand turn as well. The guy in front of him makes his left turn, I start mine, and as I'm halfway through my turn, this guy decides he's going to make a right-hand turn instead. And my instructor failed me because I have to give right away to this dude, even though I'm A, halfway through my turn, and B, in the middle of the road, where stopping would be very dangerous.
Dude, that freaking sucks. That's not cool.
Yeah, that's not right.
Like, it really sucks that some jackass just acting like he owns the road can screw you over, like, for the tests.
That's stupid.
That's no good.
That's stupid.
What the? Whoa, hey. Droney, do you mind? Why'd you open that? What are you doing? You trying to set me up for something?
The big red dog destroys Azerbaijan.
I mean,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
someone's in.
Let's see. Bunny says about the game, they released the beta for backers, and from what I heard, medium mechs are broken as shit.
Shit! No, Fuse, no!
No!
Ow!
You tried.
Fuse, what did I ever do to you?
You probably killed several of them.
You were my tovarish. Why?
You probably killed several of them. That's probably what's happened.
Probably. I did, actually. I took out their
Nice
most skilled
ghost.
player. Oh, this is all you, Ghost.
The hallway camp shot it out.
Yeah. I didn't like a lot of the design decisions of D&D 5th edition. So the fact that they seem to be taking at least some ideas from 5th edition for Starfinder leaves me a little wary.
Aquarium camp.
But I'm hoping that because it's the Pathfinder devs that are doing it, that it won't be
Yeah.
like they won't make the mistakes
The same ones, yeah.
of 5th edition, like the stuff that I personally didn't like. We'll see. Grendel says Rage runs smooth as butter, but then suddenly it freezes. No idea why. Changing settings doesn't help. It doesn't have any of the common problems with it though. No popping or anything. Looks
I don't know.
phenomenal.
I don't know, man. I didn't have any of that when I
That's
played it, so
really strange.
I don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah.
What OS are you running it on? Because I ran mine on Windows 7 Pro.
We haven't done it on our new one, have we? Have we really?
Nice!
Woo! That was good.
I knew I could hear him. I just couldn't tell where he was.
Yeah.
Clutch or kick, and you clutched.
I love the freaking recruit.
Recruit's good, man. If you know what you're doing, you can do some good
Yeah.
stuff with Recruit.
The recruit and the MP5K is brutal.
Cosmos.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Time to get my revenge as Fuse. You fuse me, I fuse you.
Oh wait. Yes.
Alright. I wonder how close I am, because I think I'm going to call it for stream once I get the Rush a Day thing. I don't know how
That
close
guy
I am.
says record.
I'm not even close after this series. I'm out.
Okay.
I gotta hit the sack. I gotta go to bed whether I want or not.
I should probably sleep too, but that.
I have to be at work.
Okay.
And I
7 in the
am.
morning, so I gotta be up at 5:30. It's gonna
Oof.
suck. Yeah, I've slept like crap the past few days, so I mean,
Something's got to give.
Grendel
Yeah, pretty
says,
much.
They're melting your mind.
Grendel says, wonder how instructors and examiners for the driving stuff become qualified for this stuff anyway. The ones I'm aware of in my area are all pretty ignorant jackasses. My instructor gave us misinformation on the actual laws in our province.
Ooh, jeez. Yeah, I know the driver's ed teacher in the town I grew up in was just like the transmission mechanic at the local auto shop. Like, he wasn't really specially qualified. So, I don't know how that sort of stuff was
How the hell
chosen.
do I have a shotgun pistol?
So
I
here's
don't
the
know how
question,
things like that
Linus.
are chosen.
I don't know.
When
There's
you
probably
guys-
just like an online certification course, and then you're
Some
done.
kind of test. And like you don't have to redo it.
Yeah.
Oh! Crap! That's a grenade! That's a grenade! I'm gonna kill myself!
Hey! Oh shit! I got a double!
Nice!
I'm dead.
I did get my fuse revenge.
Okay, guys, here's a question. When you guys come up to a stop sign, where do you stop?
At the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, at the
Um,
line or at the sign, depending on whether
Oh,
there's a
oh!
line
I
or
got
not.
Kabira! Kabira!
Right.
She got
The
me
way-
one.
The way we were
Kabira is
taught
over here.
is you go
Kabira
like
is
a
on the
little.
stairs. She's down, just like I am.
The way we were taught is basically like put your front bumper on the line, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what we were taught. Or if there's like nobody nearby and it's like the road where you kind of need to be quick in pulling past the sign, you go like a little bit forward if there's no one around, right? And my driver was like, no, you need to be completely 1,000% behind
Nice.
the furthest back marker. And I was like, excuse me?
I was 1 kill away from an ace.
That was good though. Well done.
4 kills in 1 round. I'm proud of that.
Should be.
God, if I just hadn't missed that headshot, I'd have had my ace. Ah.
Bob says, before the line, dummies, you should be able to see the line when you do your full stop and then you keep forward.
Oh, that's not what I was taught.
That's not what we were taught.
I was taught to go to the line or
Yeah.
like a tiny bit over if there's nobody around.
Like, as long as you're not past the sign, you're fine.
Yeah. Rule of thumb,
No,
don't be
the-
in the intersection.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the thing that is legal in Texas, however highly discouraged, is, like, if the light is green, you don't have an arrow, though. Like, you could turn. There's just, like, cars coming. Is, like, legally in Texas, you can pull forward, like, into the middle of the intersection so that, like, when the light changes color, you can, like, finish turning once everyone else is gone.
It's very discouraged, though, because it's really hard to gauge.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge, and it can end up with you just, like, stuck in the middle of the intersection, and now you're, like, you're preventing anyone from any direction from going anywhere.
Yeah. It's legal here too. I only use it if I know I'm about to get an arrow.
Yeah.
Biohazard container at all costs.
You know how like you kind of learn the patterns of certain lights?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I only use it on lights that I know. Or if I'm at the front of the line. So I know I can get my turn off quickly.
Yeah.
That guy says, quick, while it's in my mind, Ken and Vi, have you seen the Fear Machinima panics? People acting normal in crazy-ass situations.
I don't think I have.
You know?
Also, Bob, what are you reporting me for? Bob threatened to report me for something.
Oh, he's reporting us for not stopping while we can still see the line and then creeping forward.
Oh, that.
Because
That's
apparently
dumb.
it's
Sorry.
illegal to do
Window.
it the way we do it in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Shield says,
Ooh, sorry,
I was
Dang.
supposed to be marked down because I was doing 10 miles under the
They're in
speed
the
limit.
window. There.
I told the lady
to
giving me the test that where I live, the
road.
speed limit for Main Street is 25, and there it was 35. So she didn't mark me off for it since there wasn't a speed limit sign where they had me doing the test.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like, I always try to be careful with that if you don't see a speed limit sign when you turn onto a road.
Well, I think in Texas is if there is no posted speed limit,
You assume it's,
the
what, like,
the speed limit is 45.
45, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty common.
But he says once the game actually drops, I'm getting it. Plays like XCOM, and they do follow some of the rules of BattleTech in terms of combat and mechanics. That's cool.
What the hell? Oh, screw you, Twitch. Oh. God. That was well played, actually.
No, you can't creep into the middle of the lane during a red light. Only during a green light if
only...
you don't have a turn arrow.
Yeah,
to
like
go to the left.
if it's green and you creep into the intersection and then it turns red while you're out there, you're technically still okay. It's just discouraged.
Yeah.
And also, it's usually only if you're in the turn lane. Unless
Yes.
That's only ever turn lane.
Only
That's
ever turn lane. If you
only
do that in a
ever-
normal lane,
Only
that ain't
ever
good.
left turn lane.
Yeah.
Can't do that in any other stuff.
Jeez.
No.
Alright,
That guy says it's a cool mini-series from Rooster Teeth about the Bravo teams entering the events of the game. They're really cool-headed even though they know about the horror and danger surrounding them.
Gotcha. Damn, 7 kills. 4 of those from 1 round.
I think I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, we can call it.
I'm sorry.
Oh wow! So when you exit, you can either bring the squad with you or you can dump them.
Oh, interesting. So they're really making the multiplayer aspect of it, like squad play, much more user friendly.
Yeah, they're
So how far
definitely
are
making
you?
it easy to keep people with you or
To do your thing.
choose what you want.
Looks like I'm like 4 or 5 away, so I'll just play a few rounds off camera later and finish that up.
Yep.
Because what exactly is the charm I'm getting? I just saw that I'm like, free charm, free cosmetic, I want it!
That guy
You'll see.
says it's good enough that the first episode is included with the purchase of the game on GOG.
Gotcha.
I
Because I don't even know how to find it, so... Well,
Yeah,
real quick.
Shield says my first fail was because I did a rolling stop. The second one was my fault, but someone parking tapped my bumper and they failed
Ooh.
me for it.
That sucks. Is anyone on sale right now? No, I don't think so. Well, I guess I'll just save my in-game cash then. Because it's way more efficient to just wait for operator sales.
Mm-hmm.
So, alright then. I think we're going to call it an evening there. Let me cancel that monitor capture. There we are. And, oh man, I forgot we didn't have the sheet, so I'm looking like, what's wrong with the camera? Oh right, that's just how it is right now.
Yeah, because we can't put our lighting properly or we look literally
Yeah.
yellow-orange.
Yeah, that's why like we actually don't have the lamp that's usually on to my left on right now, because then it just makes everything really yellow. So anyway, this was fun. I know she's hungry. I'm not super hungry. I'll accompany you for food.
Okay.
So you guys have a fantastic evening. Goes to Noah. Thanks for hopping in.
Yes.
Yes, it was fun.
Indeedy. I may actually want to play it. Well, actually, each of you guys are going to sleep anyway.
Yeah,
so
they're going to bed.
I'll just.
No, I'm gonna stay up because I'm dumb.
All right. Well, I'll either play a little more off camera with you or play with some randos later to finish up the event. So anyway, till then, see all you guys later. I'm Kids Work here at Decibel Press.
I'm Violeta.
And as always, wish you all good gaming and
and
Godspeed.
Bye.
Man, I miss streaming.
Yep.
I really did.
It's the fun man zone.
It is.
It's